They didn't even realize how much of an insult it was that they'd never heard of him before. Brick. I'm not saying anything.
So right here. So right there. That's when they're like, oh, is that cool? So she goes, I'm not saying anything.
Their attention. So when they gave them the attention, they didn't even realize how much of an insult it was that they'd never heard of him before. Brick. I'm not saying anything. My goal is to not say names today. I'm just making fun of stupid people in this space and using some specific examples that are not specific at all.
Like, I'm a part of a few Discords, and so when someone shares like a stream or a video that they put up, I'll get a notification. So I saw Sarah, she shared her stream on Discord, and I was like, oh, what did she share? And the stream title was called, oh, look, another hit piece. So I was like, huh, I wonder who this could be about, right? Yeah, sure enough, I tune in, and she's talking about, like, she's obviously talking about Andrew. She's talking a little bit about Dusty. And then she talked about me too, as well. But she doesn't name anybody by names. But you could tell who she's talking about. In fact, one part of the stream, someone actually did bring me up in the chat. Like, they're like, oh, was that about cool? And she was like, I'm not saying any names. And then she kind of looked at the camera like, not saying any names, but yeah, you know? And so clearly she's talking about me. But it's like, listen, if you're gonna talk, just be open, just talk. She did it once already. That's where the V1C came from, because she's like, cool V1C. You better watch it, bucko. You just stop talking about me. Just stop talking about me. You better watch it. And that's where the whole V1C thing came from. So I don't know what she was going for last night. And she left the stream up, by the way. She usually paywalls everything, but she left it up last night. Makes me wonder if she wanted me to watch it, possibly review it. I don't know. Always talking about Andrew. Girls should thank him for at least giving her something to talk about. Yeah, and by the way, that's the only time anybody cares about what she has to say is when she's coping about Andrew and that whole situation. You know, but this woman, she can't let it go. It's been 6 months and she's still over here coping about it. I thought she was, honestly, every time I think this woman is done, she's got all the coping out of her system. She then comes out with a new banger of a cope stream. So here we go. This is like a whole bunch of nonsense, a whole bunch of cope. It's a whole bunch of cope. That's all it is. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just a whole bunch of cope. Like, now she's like trying to warn her audience, like, don't let these content creators weaponize you and don't fall for it. What they do is they direct you to a common enemy, right? And then you go and attack. And imagine letting yourself be weaponized by these content creators, pretty much. And it's like, oh, geez. Nate, thank you very much for the $5. Is the Meadow going to lose another 25 subs from Dusty's crew? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's funny. Andrew goes scorched earth on Sarah and she loses like 6,000 subs. Dusty goes scorched earth on Sarah and she loses like 5, like 2, 5, 3. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Sarah Cope streams are back, at least for right now. They are back. This is a reboot. They are back. So here she is. She's still coping over the Andrew fallout. It's been 6 months and she is still not over it. She copes about Andrew. She copes about Dusty. And she copes a lot about me. She really is bothered by me. Like, seriously, I really bothered her. I really got to her. But listen, lady, like, you're a lolcow pretty much at this point. And people like watching me make fun of you, and they like to join in on the jokes. Okay? It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that I weaponize my audience in this way. And you'll see what I'm talking about when I make mentions of weaponizing my audience and the weapons of mass destruction and all that nonsense. But before we get to that, thank you very much, Isaac, for the $2. What's your conspiracy theory on Tomato's hidden forehead? I don't know. I think the eyebrows maybe just go all the way up here. I don't know. But thank you very much, Isaac, for the 2. Can she ever give up the 16 candles look? No. No. So before we begin, remember, guys, remember, keep me off the streets.
Will YouTube for money. Anything helps. Got a channel to keep alive here. One view at a time, you know? Spare some change, ma'am?
I think I've got some. Here you go.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a beautiful day.
Good luck with the channel.
Good luck with the channel. Yeah. So remember, keep me off the streets, guys. Only you can keep me off the streets by showing your support. Once again, coming to you for your support. And by the way, if you're watching of this on the green video platform on the R side over there, send some what is it? Rambles? What are they called? The Rumble rants. Send some Rumble rants as well. You know, I'm gonna be keeping an eye on that. I'm gonna actually put a little bit more activity to my green video platform channel as well. So feel free. Feel free. Thank you very much. So Crates for the 10. Andrew is like Indiana Jones in Raiders of the Lost Ark when he retakes control of the truck carrying the Ark. Dusty is the guy that gets run over afterwards after trying to copy Andrew. Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much, So Crates. Very much appreciated. All right, guys, here we go.
Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. And small minds discuss people. That will be the theme of our evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have a whole thesis and all of the commentary to go with it. I hope you are doing well. Let me say hello to those of you who came in early. Tootie with the number one. She's the first, always first in the chat. So if you want also YouTube, or you can please cheat on me, drops. Mater, or it is you, disc, whatever's happening.
She's just talking to the chat for a little bit. So
Happening on the spit corn. I like you, and it's just not steam.
A super chatter brings up
to put a panel together tonight on his show. I'm not sure if that worked out or not, but hopefully it does. And of course, I tried to say Lawrence and of course at the same time. Lawrence says, hello, lovely lady Sarah. I pray that you and Dusty make up eventually. I like you both and thought you two made a great team. I agree with the sentiment. However, sometimes you just have to establish boundaries with people. And when people do stupid stuff, right? Or I don't know. It's just not. But thank you so kindly, Lawrence. It's a sad type of event. You know, you don't want to see people break up. I say break up, my God, I don't mean it that way, guys, but break up, especially your favorite podcasters and stuff like that. It doesn't always work out for, well, quite frankly, anyone. It's not a benefit. So, except for the people that want to talk about it.
Talking about me. It's not a benefit for anybody, except for the people that want to talk about. She's talking about me. Thank you very much, Nate, for the $5. Sarah is definitely Romulan. Too emotional to be logical. I agree. Thank you very much, Nate. To be fair, this is a speed run on how to alienate your audience by calling them yeah, exactly. Well, she tries to walk that line. She's like, by the way, guys, I'm not talking about you, okay? I'm not talking about you guys. And, you know, she tries to do that. But, yeah. Sarah's doing the you'll see. Kokomo, thank you very much for the 10. It's just not Sarah the Guru. Yeah, I know, right? Remember, great minds talk about ideas. The minds, they talk about people. Thank you very much, Kokomo, for the 10.
Carney dropping by. Hello to you, Carney. Arctic Timberwolf, hello to you. It's going well. I had a lovely day. I slept in a little bit. City says love, hate, and so forth, but being a part of it. And hopefully we'll find it soon enough. I'm not getting my notifications from you. Resubscribe from Sleepy Tomato, then hit the bell and hit all notifications. You can, of course, duck. Save tonight. Tomorrow I'll be gone. Come tomorrow. We'll fight the break of day. So save.
I don't even think it's fight the break of day. Isn't it fight the break of dawn? Save tonight. Tomorrow I'll be gone. Come tomorrow. Doug didn't even quote the song right. It's save tonight. Fight the break of dawn. Come tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be gone. Damn it, Duck. You ruin everything. You ruin everything, even Eagle Eye Cherry.
Oh, God. You're going fine. Fair enough. We love you, Duck. We love you so much. But please go get the kazoo. Okay. Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events and small minds discuss people. I believe that's attributed to Eleanor Roosevelt, but it also has some other history back behind it, with different wording, but same concept, right? But I thought, like when I was putting this together, I thought, wow, that is probably the most important piece behind all of it. That's like, it says a lot in one simple phrase. And I really wanted to ring that out very loudly.
It's funny she says when I was putting this together, like, oh yeah, she was like researching, finding quotes for this very deep stream, this very deep cope stream that she's putting together.
To all of you tonight, if I do anything.
And then she has to play that stupid music, the freaking like a cowboy romance novel music, romance movie, I should say.
That's the one piece I want you to hear the most. Now, I understand this is YouTube. I understand this is you guys like.
Real quick, we got a raid. Who did we get a raid from? Chris raid? Who is it? Chris Lestrange? Chris Lestrange. Duck is a kazoo. Thank you very much, Pepper Prophet, for the 1999 coolest dude on the internet. Thank you very much, Prophet. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, it is a Chris Lestrange. Well, thank you very much, Chris Lestrange. Make sure you guys check out Chris Lestrange channel. Puts on very good stuff, very different than what you would usually find, which is a good thing. Thank you very much, Lestrange.
Your drama, and it pulls in numbers and all of those things, and you have your fun with it. You get your little dopamine hits off of somebody going off on somebody else, right? I am just as guilty as being entertained by that stuff too. But I wanted to give you kind of the dynamics behind it and what some content creators, not some, not all, I don't even need to list names because it kind of goes out to a generalization. You know it when you see it, you understand it, and you can apply accordingly. All right. So content creators, I think, again, some, not all. There are some really great content creators out there who stick with the information that they want to give to you. They want to entertain you with comedy. Or they want to inform you with old stories, or the Y-Files is great because he talks about a lot of like the Anunnaki, and I really like Y-Files, but he's really excellent at delivering the content, and I don't really see him get caught up in a whole lot of crazy drama, or at least not that I've seen, right? And shout out to Tom Carpenter, who sends in the big 50. The big 50, my second favorite color, belongs on the screen. We could just pretend the pink behind me is that color, lovely color on the screen. He says, get her done.
Simpler. Thank you very much, Nate, for the $5. Raiders for Lestrange. Stay straight, hit the like. Hit la like. Yeah, thank you very much, Nate. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like as you make your way in here. And thank you very much, Proctologist, for the $5. I'm not the problem, guys. Now I'm going to explain why. Yep, that's pretty much what this stream should have been called. Thank you very much, Proctologist. Very much appreciado.
Over on the Cash App. Thank you so kindly, Tom. We appreciate you. So there are a lot of great content creators, and you can tell because they do really well in delivering information. They have an excellent retaining people who come back, and people who want to be there to watch it and learn with me, or be informed with me, or be entertained with me, so on and so forth. We see the greats be greats because they're good at doing that. However, there are some content creators out there that either stop doing that, or they break up their patterns of doing that, and then they waste their time with drama, or they utilize their time differently. Instead of coming to bring something to you at the table, right? They bring forth drama, or talking about other people, or things that are kind of a waste. It's a waste of time. Does it change anything? Does it change anything for you internally? Does it change anything? Does it help you become a better person? Does it help you understand Bitcoin? Does it help you understand the politics that are going on right now with Iran? Does it help you become, you know, a better developed person? Does it help you learn anything? Does it help you do anything good? Or
see that cope? See, some entertainers, it doesn't bring anything good. You know, they're not talking about Iran. They're not teaching you about Bitcoin. There's just some people that just want to go out there and just give you just entertainment. What the hell? Don't you know all forms of entertainment need to teach you something or inform you of something? Can't just watch something because you find it entertaining. That's so low tier. Thank you very much, Joseph, for becoming a YouTube member. Yeah, by the way, guys, for the members, we have a new emoji, the V1C emoji. We finally did it. We finally got enough to make a new emoji. So V1C emoji. Let's see if we can get more members to create even more emojis.
or at the very least, does it at least entertain you, right? We love our comedians. I love comedians. They're probably one of my favorite things. If I'm going to purge something and doom scroll for, 30 minutes to decompress, it's the comedians that I like the most. I know this because that's what my feed gives me the most of. But
yeah, no, well said, Adam. No, Sarah, I don't watch you to become a better person. I watch to laugh at you. Yeah, pretty much. Thank you very much, Barry. I'm always gonna laugh every time I read your name, dude. Barry McCockiner for $4.99. Leave it to a woman to overanalyze stupid shit. Yeah, I know, right? Well, she has to. This is all coping mechanism. Pretty much the stream is just going to be lecturing the audience, like, how dare you? Pretty much, how dare you watch people like me and listen to people like me? And how dare me for watching people like Andrew and listening to what Andrew has to say? That's pretty much what this stream is.
Content creators no longer just entertain. There's a method to the madness. They don't just come to entertain you or inform you or whatever the case may be. They come here to weaponize their own audience. This is something that I've seen a lot of between various different content creators across the board, not only on YouTube, but on X, Insta, so on and so forth. But they weaponize you. This is even something I've seen recently. I've been deep diving Candace Owens. And one of the things I noticed that Bibi Netanyahu specifically said was we need to take over TikTok and we need to take over X. And that is a form of weaponizing the audience, the viewers, the clickers, because if we can convince one big influencer, if we can convince another person, to turn all of their direction in one way and be upset with one person or one thing. Pardon me, my son's coming to say hello. I'll be right back.
All right, while she's doing that, thank you very much, Nate, for gifting the 5 Cool Vic memberships. And congratulations to Triple X, Adam Owens, Craig Mod, Tix Bomber, and Justin Indiana. Congrats, guys, and thank you very much, Nate. Yeah, 5 more citizens of the Coolverse. Thank you very much. And also, thank you very much, T. Jenkins, for the $5 completing the Super Chat goal. Does the eyebrow realize that she's the one that's been doing exactly what she's now saying? Okay, what the hell's going on? That she's the one that's been doing exactly what she's now saying that is bad. What a mouth word. Yes, exactly. She is doing the exact same thing. Okay. Wasn't she the one that was like, Andrew Wilson took everything away from me? Doesn't he remember that I'm a single mom? He knows I need that money because I have a sick daughter. Wasn't that her that was saying that? Or just the disgusting way that he said that I was posting nudes. I was getting such vile and disgusting messages from his fans. Like, isn't that going to turn people against Andrew? Isn't that going to weaponize your audience against Andrew or whoever you're directing it toward? It's the exact same shit. Idiot. But thank you very much, T. Jenkins. And by the way, thank you guys very much. We completed that first Super Chat goal. So here we go. Where is that? Where is that freaking video? Oh, here it is. Found it.
gang, keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gang, keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gangsta. Keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gangsta. Keep it gangsta, dog.
Stupid AI. Thank you very much, Bandit. Starting the next goal. Thank you very much, brother. Yeah.
Tomato Jr. wanted to say hi to all of you with his mom. Bibi Netanyahu is like the biggest scale of this that I've seen. And I've also seen it trickle down into more smaller scale communities around YouTube or X or Insta, whatever, so on and so forth. But he proves the point exactly. We have to have TikTok. We have to have X. Why? Because we have to create this environment in which people can't say bad things about this, but they can only say good things, right? So now you're being forced to do one thing, or you are careful how you have to say stuff, so you can't really say what you want to say. But he's weaponizing not only the audience, but the influencers as well. And that's a big no-no for me. But instead of having the influencers or podcasters say, come be entertained, let me tell you something new. Let me inform you of this new great idea. Let me teach you something. Let me tell you how to be a bigger, stronger man. Let me teach you this new workout that I did, or I researched this whole thing in Iran. Let me tell you what I pulled from it. Instead of doing that, they're saying, come fight for me. Come fight with me. Come be my weapon of mass destruction.
Guys, come fight for me. Come fight with me. Come be my weapon of mass destruction. That's all I'm here for. You might think you're here to be entertained, but no, you're here to be weaponized by me.
Come be the person. I'm going to tell you who to hate, why to hate them, how to hate them. And I'm going to pit it in such a way where you have no idea what I just did to you. And it's solid. If you follow the psychology behind it, you'll see that parasocial relationships are the most vulnerable in this space. They are the most vulnerable in the current society, 2026. Everything's online, influencers everywhere. Come do this, come do that. So all it takes is one bad actor, right, to say that person's bad. Here's why they bad. You should be mad at this. They're hurting me. They're coming after me. They're trying to do this. They're trying to do that. They are weaponizing you. How many?
Gosh, this cope. Like, this is like, seriously, this is like the most copious I think she's ever been. Like, seriously, because it's just, again, she refuses to take any responsibility for her actions. And it's everybody else's fault still, except for her. Oh, if she's getting mean comments in the chat or what have you, it's not because of anything she did. No. It's because there are people out there that are weaponizing their audience against her. I come on here, I say, you should hate Sarah. And then you go on there and then you go and you message her and stuff. Or Andrew goes on and says, yeah, Sarah, she shouldn't have done what she did. And then, then we all go and we attack Sarah. It's not because of anything she did at all. It's not because she called the Crucible audience incels or that she was trying to part ways with Andrew and his audience. No. It's not because she said any of that or she's going to do just fine without his audience, things of that nature. No. It's because we weaponize the audiences against her. That's all it is. That's really what's going on. Thank you very much, Dr. Dickhead, for being a member for 3 months. Aging Potato loves to hear herself talk. Yeah, she really does. Thank you very much, Metal Stalfos, for the 5. First time catching a cool live stream, and I'm already being weaponized. Already exceeding my expectations, sir. Hey, I'm glad to be your weaponizer. Thank you very much for the 5. Hey, how's it going, Kat? And before one of the guys claims to be a weapon of mass destruction. Dude, totally coming, Kat. It's totally coming. Let's see. Oh, also too, forgot about Scott. Scott, thank you very much for the $5. I'm hearing a wannabe Hillary Clinton, and I'm waiting for the "it takes a village" speech. Dude, right? Seriously. Thank you very much, Scott.
How many times have you actually stopped and listened to what somebody was saying and said, wait a minute, what are they actually trying to tell me? Right? What are they actually trying to accomplish here? What are their goals? What are their intentions? And if their goal is to just sit here and talk about people, well, are you gaining anything from that? I mean, and if that's entertainment for you, I mean, I've got, sure, we could watch the Kardashians. We could watch Jersey Shore. We could watch Jerry Springer. We could watch, what's that? You Are Not the Father kind of stuff. Is that what you want to watch?
Yeah.
Is that what keeps you entertained?
Sometimes, yeah.
And if that's the type of entertainment you enjoy, then I think you need to be searching a little further on the inside of why you're wasting time watching something that doesn't help you gain or grow or do anything.
Should we be watching you, Sarah? Are you helping us grow and become better people by listening to you, Sarah? Oh, yes, everyone should listen to Sara Tomato. You're going to be a better person after listening to her. I think two weeks ago, she did coverage, by the way. She wants to talk about, we talk about ideas, not people. Well, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, she did a whole stream talking about the Mormon wives girl and the domestic abuse situation that she's in and how she got canceled. She did a whole stream dedicated to that. And talking about Matt Walsh. Oh, but I thought we talked about ideas here, Sarah. I thought you were here to help us be better people. Yeah, sometimes people just want to laugh at other people. That's why the Jersey Shore was so entertaining, because those people were ridiculous. They acted ridiculous. And sometimes people just want to escape and watch that. There's nothing wrong with it, especially when everything is so politicized where you can't watch a TV show without it being some type of politics in there, some sort of politics. Sometimes it's nice to just escape and just laugh at lolcows like you, Sarah.
I mean, even reading books. Are you going to read a book that's going to do something for you, or are you going to read a book that sends you off into a fantasy? Yes, James, bread and circus. I've been responding to a lot of things lately, especially on X, and then my response is just bread and circus, bread and circus, bread and circus. Right? Hi, crazy mama. I refuse to follow the crowd for myself. I like who I like and I dislike who I dislike, and nobody can sway me. That is true. And we may believe that we stick to our guns on that one, but how many, and I'm not saying this is what you're doing, crazy mama, but how many times do we watch a podcast where they sit there and spin some kind of crazy narrative about another person or talk bad about them or convince you that they're bad? I don't want the puppy down here, bud.
Yeah, see, like, who is she talking about? Like, see, she's obviously talking about the people that have gone after her. That's what this is all about. Again, the most copious Cope stream yet. She is coming back with a Cope bang. She came out of Cope retirement, and she's back, guys. She's back. If she was a pro wrestler, the fans would be chanting, "You still got it. You still got it." By the way, thank you very much, Nate, for the $5. Literally crying out in pain as she strikes mighty blue jay of her. Yes, indeed. Yeah, she does like to cry out as she strikes. Thank you very much, Nate, for the $5. Yeah, no self-awareness. Yeah, she lives for this. Damn, if the Thorpes turned their backs on her, oof. Did they turn their backs on her? That's insane if they did. Holy cow. Thank you very much, Pepper Prophet, for my second favorite color, purple, for the $49.99. Yeah. Can you describe the kind of people who would send her $50? Probably simps. But thank you very much, Pepper Prophet, for the big 50. Very much appreciated, brother. You are a real one.
No, it's not puppy time, bud. Well, we can have Opie time later. If the chat meets the goal, I'll show them Opie.
We never did see Opie. That should tell you that she didn't meet the goal. We never did see Opie.
Independent thought. Usually I like to say, look, when somebody shows you a clip on a screen, if you don't have the capacity to go and actually look up the original information yourself and watch the entire thing, then you probably should reconsider where your levels of self-awareness are. One thing that I like to do when somebody sends me a clip, you know, if it's something that like a clip about someone or something somebody said, my go-to is I want to go see the whole thing. I'm gonna back it up. I'm gonna start it from the beginning. I'm gonna watch the whole thing because context is key. Context is a very important key, especially in the online world.
She's absolutely right. That's why I started this cope stream from the beginning. So she can't accuse me of clipping her out of context or editing together stuff. No, you get to see everything as I saw it. So you can't accuse me of anything about that. Thank you very much, T Jenks, for the 2. Also, did a blind person cut her bangs? Probably. It was probably Opie. But that Copy. Dude, that's a good one. Probably Copy. Oof, that's good.
But you, the audience, you are not only being turned in.
Yeah, maybe we could do it at 2x speed. I don't usually like to do it that way, but it will speed it. We'll see, Emmett. We'll see.
To a weapon to go and let's see, what do they call it? Ratio people, to go harass people, to go leave a bunch of like 1 million comments, so on and so forth. But you are being utilized as a tool to boost somebody else's ego.
That's actually a good point, Emmett. Yeah. Believe it or not, 1.5 does make her sound normal speed. Where do I go? I always forget where to go to up the speed. Quality, playback speed. Here we go. 1.5. All right.
Isn't that amazing? They feel good. They feel good knowing that you're going to just blindly agree with them and say, yeah, screw them. What she said, what you said. Yeah, screw them.
Yeah, see? Now she talks like a normal person. When she talks at regular speed, it's very slow. She has to do this voice. So hopefully the Sims hear that and they want to give her money. But when you speed it up to 1.5, makes her sound like a normal person.
You're boosting their ego. Instead of asking questions, and I've seen this sometimes where people will say, well, wait a minute, hold up. Like, what? Can we back it up a little bit? Can we look at, like, is there more to this? Is there more to that? I've seen some people in people's different chats that will say, well, hold up. Like, I feel like there's something missing. Are you telling us everything? I like those people when they interact and engage. And I like it when people question me. When somebody says, but wait, Sarah, what about blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, okay, I can explain it to you and here's why. I can show you and here's why, right? I prefer that people question me because that lets me know I have a very intelligent chat who doesn't just accept everything on its face value. I love you guys so much. Hi, Ortha.
Yeah, sure, Sarah. Yeah, she loves being questioned. I'm so sure she does. Lets her know that her chat is super intelligent when they question her.
Crazy. I could see him saying that. That's crazy. And actually, James points out my next piece for that. Yes, they are boosting you for money, and algorithm boost, right? So if you put something on your like a good thumbnail, let's say I put a picture of me with some other angry podcaster yelling at each other. I'm like, he said this and yada, yada, yada. You're all going to go running, right? Because everybody's got to know, what's going on with these people? What's going on with this? What's going on with that? And the harness move for that is to harness the revenue and the algorithm and the money, right? That would be the goal. I'm going to make this crazy thumbnail and people will go searching for the drama, because unfortunately there are a lot of people who only care about that type of thing, right? This is 110% true. We know it, we see it. This is why drama streamers thrive. This is why when a channel hones in on a drama point, they may like get maybe a certain amount of views every show and make only a certain amount of money. But if they do a drama hit piece, they're going to make thousands off of it, right? And that can become a loophole.
A hit piece, a drama hit piece. Yeah, that's what I do. A drama hit piece.
Trap there. We'll talk about that a little later, but that's the goal, right? Ooh, I'm going to talk about this because I'm going to weaponize my chat loves to hate people. If I don't like them, they're not going to like them, and they're going to send me money telling me how right I am. Then you also get into the clout battles. Who can out-clout each other? Who can outdo somebody else? And, I'm not saying that you should I'm not saying that you shouldn't, as a content creator, want to do better, chase numbers, and constantly trying to boost your channel or boost what you're doing. But if you're only doing it to push someone else down, then you're not doing it for your channel. You're not doing it for the goal of informing the world. You're not doing it for the goal of the Raging Tomato is a platform for you to have a voice. That's where I push my algorithm too, is that ability for other people to be able to say something too, right? But my algorithm push is not to push anybody else down. It's not to, step on anyone else or let me see if I can do better than you. It's to, honestly, gosh, like we network out so much. Everybody's tapped in, right? But when you start a podcast war between two content creators, your goal is to see who are they going to favor? Who are they going to cling to? Who are they going to be mad at? Who are they going to, whatever. And if you can make them into little weapons of mass destruction, you can do a lot of damage. We've all witnessed this.
Little weapons of mass destruction. By the way, I think she's lost every freaking war when it comes to that. Like, I think even Dusty, I think she's even lost it against Dusty. I think the people in that have mostly chosen Dusty. I might be wrong on that. I haven't studied it or anything, but I'm willing to bet that I think people chose Dusty. Thank you very much, Nate, for the 10. How bad would it be to be unemployable after your dirty laundry from the past 5 years gets made public? Quit your job and lost 65% of your income lost 65% of your income inside of 3 months. OF is calling, ma'am. Granny prod. Oh no, not the granny prod. No. But thank you very much, Nate.
We've all witnessed this, right? So yeah, that's kind of that's where we're going to be going all night tonight, or at least for the next hour and a half or so. Some examples of what this could look like, right? We see a lot of beefs. Oops, sorry, I still have that up there. We see a lot of beefs happening between podcasters. We see a lot of people get mad over something, or I see a lot of debaters too, like create a personal beef out of their ideological war between each other. And that cracks me up, right? Because it's like, if you're going to have the debate, have the debate. If you want to argue ideas, argue ideas. But when people start maneuvering into the personal territory and create this whole big giant beef with somebody, is that really helping you get through the conversation? Is that going anywhere? Are you doing anything with it? I don't think you are, right? You can sit up on the stage and call somebody a name all day. It doesn't change your argument whatsoever. You can go back to your own show and sit there and talk smack about the other debater and be mad at them and make fun of them. And
so is she talking about Rob now? She's talking about Rob. See what I mean? Like, you could kind of see, like, oh, is she talking about this person or that person or this situation? But she doesn't say the names. It's like, if you're going to talk, just talk shit.
Right? You can sit up on the stage and call somebody a name all day. It doesn't change your argument whatsoever. You can go back to your own show and sit there and talk smack about the other debater and be mad at them and make fun of them and call them ugly or fat or this or that, whatever. But it still doesn't change the argument. It has nothing to do with the argument. It's your own personal beef. And to that, I say, I've never seen so many grown men be in their feelings. I will say that at the very least. If you want like my personal thought process on this, a lot of grown men with very, very flimsy feelings is the only thing I've seemed to run into since I started streaming 2 years ago. And you can tell the difference. The ones that just want to come on, have the conversation, they don't get triggered, they don't cry, they don't make a big deal out of stuff. They don't, they're not going for, I'm gonna make them rage quit kind of stuff. I like those people, right? I like those debaters. But when they come in or they get their feelings hurt or they're upsetty spaghetti about something, and then they, turn it into this whole big, I'm going to get mad and I'm going to, dear public diary. That's exactly what it is. Dear public diary. Let me tell you about this. Okay. Let me tell you about this person. Let me tell you about that. Dear public diary. But they utilize their audience as this whole harnessing point of be mad with me. I'm mad. Give me affirmation. Tell me that I'm right. And that's.
But that's what she does too. She's doing it right now. What does she say? It's different because I'm a woman, though. Men aren't supposed to do that. Okay, well, what are women supposed to do, Sarah? Covert feminists. What are men supposed to do? Thank you very much. Eagle 1 AC. V1C to Eagle 1 AC. I finally caught a live. What's cool? Oh, yeah, what's cool with you, brother? Thank you very much. Glad you could be in here. Thank you very much for the 10. Projection. Yeah, exactly. Like, this woman has been coping for the last 6 months. She wants to talk about people being up in their feelings. This woman literally brought her feelings to a court. She's literally going to sue someone because of her feelings. She literally she went off on me because of her hurt feelings. Like, what's she saying?
That's weaponization. And then I'm mad about it. Tell me I'm right. And you should be mad about it too, because they're attacking this or they're attacking that. That means they're attacking us as a whole. What are you going to do about it? Right. And when that happens, now the audience sits there and says, yeah, you're attacking us. They're not attacking you. Nobody's attacking you. Nobody's attacking you. You guys in the chat have nothing that happens to you. Literally nothing happens to you. You come, you enjoy the show, you chat. Some of you have like your groups in the discords, and you have a little further discourse when you're in the, in there. You have, some of you develop like friendships kind of behind the chat stage, and some of you have ongoing arch nemesis in the chats. It's quite comical, like when two people in the chat start yip yapping and going at it, and it's like, oh, there it is again, but it creates character for the show and creates something fun in the chat. But at the same time, nothing bad will happen to you if your favorite content creator is mad at somebody else. Nothing bad. There's no consequences.
What? I thought something did happen to me if my favorite content creators are mad at each other. I'm glad Sarah's here to tell us all of these nuggets of wisdom. Well, maybe she's right. Maybe we do tune into her and she offers something to better ourselves. This whole time I've been walking around here thinking, something's going to happen to me because my content creators are beefing with each other. But now that she's come here and told me this and set me straight, I've become a better person. I've become more enlightened. Thank you very much, Pepper Profit, for the $4.99. Countless arguments from Andrew, and her mind is unchanged. Yeah. One sentence from BB, and she psychoanalyzes the entire podverse. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, if only she would have put more thought into some of the shit Andrew told her, right? But thank you very much, Pepper Profit. And also, thank you very much, Eagle1AC, for becoming a new member. Yeah, now you get access to the awesome emojis and the past live streams. As a chatter, I've been doxxed. Oof, really? Well, then there you go. Debunked, Sarah. I didn't even think about shit like that. So yeah, debunked. I'm actually learning more from the chatters than I am Sarah. Thank you very much, Scott, for the $5. When the huge majority of your stream is making up possible reasons why you're not accountable, you're done. Yeah. And this is what, the 10th one, right? It's like the 10th one, 9th one. Seriously. I think we're going to have more cope streams than Fast and Furious movies at this point. But thank you very much, Scott. That's because we are weapons of mass destruction, Cat. Yeah, exactly.
None. Their show will still continue. They'll still continue providing entertainment for you or whatever it is. It depends. I mean, unless they sit in the drama world and then stop doing that for you. But if you you have nothing to gain, you have nothing to lose in that moment. If your favorite content creator is mad at somebody or upset or doesn't like somebody or wants to crawl over them, you lose nothing. You gain nothing. So why would you let them weaponize you and completely deploy you to go do their dirty work for them? You also see this with, we've seen in bigger names where co-hosts split off. There's on-air firings. We saw even Candace Owens got fired kind of publicly, right? They made a big stink out of her getting kicked out. I think it was the Daily Wire, whatever it was. But we see a lot of this stuff happen. And it's like, the biggest thing is if you were at a real job, okay, nobody's going to know you're getting, your personal world is not going to know anything about your work world, right? Because it's not public news unless you tell them yourself, right? If I went to work tomorrow and they were like, we're firing you, I'd be like, all right, cool. And I'd go home and be like, all right, well, just find a new job. Life happens, we move on, right? But for some reason in the podcast space, people like to hone in on other people's downfall.
Listen, guys, I know I said there's going to be no boots in the ground, but you're officially being deployed, okay? I'm sorry, all right? I know I said there would be no boots on the ground, but it is what it is.
Or they like to brag about it, or they like to talk about it, or they like to publicize it. And it's like, bring your popcorn. Somebody's been fired, or somebody got let go, or somebody's no longer working with this person, or whatever. They make this whole big bread and circus style show. And it's like, why would we? I mean, I can understand having a conversation, right? I get it. Or maybe you won't publicly be there anymore. I understand that. But why make a soap opera out of it? Why say, well, we fired them for this or fired them for that? Or if the person who left, I left them because of this, I left them because of that. Like, we don't have to make everything bad. One of my favorite things is to say is don't air your dirty laundry out. Don't. I mean, people are just going to think you wear dirty clothes all the time.
Oh,
that's all it becomes. If you're constantly throwing dirty laundry out into the public and saying like, look, bad thing, people are just going to think everything's crappy. It's weird. Or if you can't work with other people, or you were working with other people and then they don't want to work with you, or what, like it creates this appeal of, well, why is nobody, why is nobody there? Why is nobody working with you, or whatever the case may be? I don't know.
Well, what's funny is she's the one that no one wants to work with now. Like literally, she's the one that's in that situation. Has she ever thought, why does no one want to work with me? Andrew doesn't want to work with her anymore. Rob doesn't want to work with her. Anyone that's affiliated with the Crucible doesn't want to work with her anymore. Now, Dusty doesn't want to work with her anymore. She's talking about herself there. That's you. That's you. You're the one no one wants to work with. You're the one that's lost all of your allies.
But you're going to go down all of these rabbit holes of dirty laundry, dirty laundry, dirty laundry. And eventually you just come out looking dirty at the end of it. And people figure that out. But in the meantime, the audience is the one getting fed this spoonfuls of all day, and then learning nothing from it. Only how to be a person, only how to gossip, only how to talk about people, only how to belittle people, only how to only have drama or crazy or just terrible thought processes. What are you gaining as an audience member? Nothing.
Yeah, everyone that watches Dusty or Cool Vic, all you people, what are you gaining from it? Absolutely nothing. Thank you very much, Metal Stalfos, for the 5. For the goal, not much time left, guys. Oh, yeah, that's true. Man, what the heck? I thought I put it for 3 hours, but I guess I didn't. So, yeah, thank you very much, Metal. And thank you very much, Joseph Newton, for becoming a new member. Hell yeah. And thank you very much, Jan Jates. I miss the VTards. I don't miss them one bit. I left the VTards behind and did not look back at all. Not one step back. Am I right? Kat, thank you very much for becoming a new member. Yeah. Now you get access to these awesome emojis, especially the new V1C emoji. Yeah. She did 9 cope streams. She coped till she got 3K from Andrew. She continued to cope after. The lull suit is more cope. The cope continues until morale improves. Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much, Kokomo, for the 10 Australian dollary dues. Hell yeah. And also, thank you very much, Kyle Random Mile, for the 2. Thank you very much. And Nate completing that super chat goal. Muster the bro Harim. Saran the aging tomato attacks. That actually reminds me, there's something that comes up later in the stream that I want to reference something like that too. Thank you very much, Nate. And also thank you very much, PharmaCat, for the 5. I appreciate you all. That's the power of the Coolverse. Let me restart that. Okay. Yeah, now it's 3 hours. So now it shouldn't end so fast. And I'm even going to up it to 20. If I had a dog named Opie, you would be able to see Opie at this rate multiple times by now. Opie. That's great. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, I have to give you guys the beer bath.
Time for the sudsiest part of the night. You know him, you love him, our resident butler of bubbles, Mr. Bartholomew.
Good evening, ladies and gents.
He's got the Ked Cannon locked and loaded. Give him a...
Hope you guys. R.I.P. Sora. I tried Grok. Grok's cool, but they're only like 6-second clips. Sora was actually pretty. I actually appreciated Sora now that it's gone. I need to find another good replacement for Sora. Oh, God, what's Sarah spurging about now? She's spurging about me. She's spurging about everything. Everyone that did her wrong on the internet, she's spurging about them now. But she doesn't mention us by name, but you know she's talking about like Andrew, Dusty, me, Rob. Like she's talking about everybody.
Absolutely nothing. Personal and business clashes often turn into endless amounts of content until the crowd gets tired of it, right? But it turns into this ho-hum of, oh, look, and then you have to keep pushing the envelope each time. You have to get wilder or crazier or meaner or this or that to be able to retain the audience again and again and again and again. It's that dopamine loop, right? I need something crazy to happen. Wild. And then you have to keep feeding them that. So you have to constantly either continue having more beefs with other people, or you have to keep having the same beef with the same person, or the two creators keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and the audience is just being ping-ponged as a weapon to each one, right? But you get that.
I hope you guys are enjoying your dopamine drips from me. If you don't mind answering, how old are you, man? I'm 42 years old, or 42 years young.
Algorithm boost, you get that revenue boost, you get the likes boost, you get the clicks boost, you get the views boost, right? So it's like, do it again, do it again, do it again. And you have to amplify the dose. That's why I said you got to get meaner, you got to get worse, it's got to be crazier, it's got to be like, it's every time it needs to get harder and harder and harder. And this is how you see nice people turn completely mean and into wicked witches of the West, because what started as a nice person began to amplify over and over and over to the point where now they're just a mean old meanie, because that's what they need to do to retain the audience. Instead of doing the content that they actually want to do, instead of coming out and giving information or coming out and helping people be better, they keep like chasing that dragon of drama. And you audience are the weapon of mass destruction. You're the reason they keep doing it, because you react to it. Now, I'm not saying this is your fault by any means, but they are tapping into that parasocial relationship. They are utilizing the concept of, well, you like me, you're my fans, so you should fight for me. And I will say it's actually really disgusting to watch when I do watch it happen. And it's like, ugh, if they only knew. If they only knew. Hi, Ella. Hello to you, darling. But yeah, you get drafted as an audience. You get drafted, and somehow psychologically, people can convince you to do it all on your own. They'll tell you exact, don't go over, don't bother them. No, we're not going to do that. I'm a nice person. I'm just here to tell you about this.
That's what she's doing.
I'm just here to tell you about this crappy person, but don't be mean to them. Don't do that. Don't be mean to them. How many times have you heard content creators say this? I know you guys have probably heard this a lot.
Right now.
Because I look at it this way. If you don't want your audience to attack someone, why are you talking about them? Doesn't make any sense, does it? But they know and understand that parasocial relationship, like, you're going to come to my aid. You're going to go defend my honor because I told you this person bad. That's it. They're going to do it. 110% they're going to do it.
Sometimes people just like to bitch about things on the internet. Sarah, don't you know? You're doing it right now. You've been doing it. Sometimes people just like to complain on the internet. That doesn't mean that they want their audience to be weaponized or to attack the other content creator. Doesn't mean that. All right. Sometimes, yes, it's true though. If you do about someone, yeah, some of your audience are going to go and attack the other person, but that doesn't mean that's the goal of the content creator, So, but what are we supposed to do then? Not talk about our internet beefs at all? I mean, again, Sarah, you've done that too. You've done that. The last Cope stream that you did, the one that I thought was going to be my last one, you were about me the whole time. So what? If you had a bigger audience, if you had people that actually really cared about what you had to say, then maybe I might have seen the effects. I might have seen people attacking me. But since no one really cares about what you have to say, no one attacked me.
You should be weary of that. You get drafted into hitting the comment sections. You turn into this like tribal defense system. It's a strange thing to watch I love watching humans. I love watching and observing you and how you interact and engage with people. I love watching and seeing how you move in these weird packs, right? And it's just basic psychology and it's fine. But I love to watch all it takes is one to flip it, right?
So I thought that was funny. She goes, I like watching you humans. I was like, what do you mean you humans? I like watching humans. What the hell are you talking about? You're a human too. Are you coming out? Are you like an alien that we didn't know about? Or do you call yourself the Raging Tomato because you're actually a killer tomato from another planet? Is that what's going on here? It would explain a lot if she was an alien, though. It would explain why, when she's trying to appeal to a young audience, she dresses like a teenager from the 80s. It would explain that. Like, she's like, how do I appeal to a younger generation? Let me search up, I don't know. And then maybe she watched 16 Candles or something. Is this how teenagers are supposed to dress? And then she goes, to somewhere the next day. Hello, fellow school children. I am just like you. Did you hear the new Cyndi Lauper cassette tape? How about that New Kids on the Block? Yeah, they're pretty dreamy, right?
Oh, congratulations, Doc. Good job. I'm glad you did. But that's all.
By the way, thank you very much, Nate, for the $5. I correct myself. Saramon the will say it. Thank you very much, Nate.
This is one person to say, "Come on, guys, let's go do this. Let's go handle business." Right? That's all it takes. Let's go do this, guys. And then it's like this weird hive mind type of concept, which it comes in handy when you're fighting as a society, right? In terms of like against actual bad people, right? But when you're utilizing it and deploying it to harm people just because you don't like them, well, with great power comes great responsibility. Use your weapon wisely, my friend. They got. I don't know what that means. But yes, let's see. Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events, and small minds discuss people. When these podcast wars kick off, they are going for the small mind concept, and they're using you, right? And they're putting you down there in that minimalized small mind. That's what they're doing. They're kind of like jamming you down and saying we don't need to self-improve, right? It's much easier to just on other people. It's way more fun, I promise you. This is why a thought I always had, it kind of rolls into the idle hands are the devil's plaything, right? If you're not the best, I'm going to just be dropping quotes all night. The best thing somebody ever told me was,
by the way, she does drop quotes, but she gets a few of them wrong. Like later on in the stream, she keeps trying to say, she wants to say useful idiot. She keeps saying useless idiot. And I was like, it's useless idiot. It's useful idiot, you useless idiot. And then it's the devil's playground, not the devil's plaything.
Be busy watching other people's content, or are you going to be busy making your own, right? And I always have to remind myself of that. But it also goes into the idle hands or the devil's plaything, because if I'm busy,
playground,
right? If I'm busy creating content and doing my own thing, I'm not going to be busy watching your or responding to your and so on and so forth, right? And I think that if you, the audience, recognize that as a piece for you too, if I spend my time trying to self-improve, trying to learn something, trying to do better, trying to become a better person, I'm not going to waste my time drudging in the trenches with the other chatters, talking smack and being part of this whole on someone kind of thing, right? It's a thought, like it's a thought process.
Yeah, not $1 back. Exactly, not $1 back, guys.
Just that everybody knows and understands, but the applicability fails every time, right? I do have to get, I need an F your goal emoji, and I need a kazoo emoji. It's on my list. I have a very long list, but I've been busy reaching out, just so you all know, to a bunch of different content creators, debaters, so on and so forth. We're building up more. We're going to fill our schedule. I'll say that. Okay.
Oh, wow. Are you guys excited? She's getting new debaters that come on Raging Tomato. She's not going to have that pesky Dusty there anymore to ruin her grift. She's not going to have Dusty there anymore to ruin the great guest she's going to have on, like T-Jump probably, and maybe she'll have back Connor on, and maybe she'll finally get that white whale she's been chasing, Destiny, huh?
But yeah, you're obsessing over people. I'll say it this way. I never understood the hook of the Kardashians. I never understood the idea of buying really expensive handbags. I never understood watching somebody else live their life, right? It never made sense to me. It never made sense to me.
Yeah, that cracked me up. Like when you watch T-Jump, it looks like he's just on his couch and he just has a microphone there. And he looks like he's just watching TV or just playing video games while on his couch. And he just has a microphone. He's just debating doing that. I'm like, dude.
I enjoy listening to music when I'm working out, but I wouldn't be like, oh my God, Linkin Park. Like it just never.
What now? What's wrong with Linkin Park? Linkin Park's way better than that country soundtrack that you got going on.
It was never my thing, right? I've always, I'll put it to you this way. I've always said I'm not a spectator. I'm a player, right? And like if you say, let's go watch this baseball game, I'd be like, I'd much rather go play the game myself and have a good time playing with it than sitting there watching somebody else do it.
It's so cringe when people do that, Cope. Yeah, I'd rather just, these people that get into the football games, the baseball games, I'd rather much just play. I don't understand. I never understood watching other people play. I never understood that. I'd rather just play it myself. It's such a cringe Cope that people say. Thank you very much, Nate, for the 10. Saruman the Wilted fooled Brohan to believing she was friendly while sending Dusty Warm Tongue to subvert the free folk. That's funny, Nate. But so true. Thank you very much. And also, thank you very much, Donald Rose, for the 2. The hubris is amazing. Yeah.
Does that make sense? I'm just not an active spectator of other people having fun or living life or doing things that I want to do. If I want to do something, I go out and do it. And that's the piece that I'll tie in with that. It's like if you're obsessing over a content creator or obsessing over drama surrounding one, at what point do you realize that they're actually out there living their life while you're sitting there talking about them out there living their life? Isn't that strange? Like, you go on with your bad self. You know what I mean? You go on with your bad self. I don't understand why people think like, if I talk about someone, it's going to make me feel better. It's like, well, if you talk about someone while they're out living life, who's the loser? CJ Namaste, not to be confused with Namaste the way. Hello, new here, past, and chaos sent me your way. Hello.
See, the Cope, like I know I've said this before, but the Cope levels, it's like past maximum. I didn't know this could be this much Cope in one stream. This is her best work yet.
Oh, thank you, Past and Chaos. I hope my people themselves, instead of actually obsessing over something that could do well for you. I'm not saying that you can't be entertained. do you watch Fight Club recently? No, but God, it's always a good one to hone in on. I'm not saying you shouldn't sit and enjoy something. I love a good movie like Fight Club. It's my one little space where I get to just kind of mentally go somewhere else for like an hour. Right. And I love the creativity in movies. I especially love thrillers, because while I'm watching the movie, I'm like in my head trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, why are you watching people live their life? You're watching these actors and actresses just do their job and living their life. Why are you doing that, sir? That's so weird. I'd much rather just be entertaining instead of watching other people entertain. Pfft, losers. Am I right? Abby, thank you very much for the 10. She's those jealous women mad over Linkin Park's success. Yeah, I know. It's so weird. Random too. Linkin Park. Like, what the hell? Is that a dig at Dusty? I know Dusty, likes that music. So it's like, is that a shot at Dusty? I don't know. It could be. Could be. I don't know how he feels about Linkin Park. But thank you very much, Abby.
and how we're going to operate here, and like, predicting what might happen later. My rule is if I can predict the ending of the movie within the first 10 minutes, then it's not a good movie and I don't want to watch it.
Yeah. Why would you read a fiction book? Yeah. Why would you want to read a book? Why would you want to read what someone else wrote? Why wouldn't you just write a book yourself? It's so weird. Losers reading a book. Just write your own book, you weirdo, loser, incel.
Okay. But I understand we all need some lighthearted entertainment. We need that. We're humans. We have to be able to decompress. But if you're always obsessing over other people or other people's egos, right? Like, why would you fulfill somebody else's ego? That's the part that absolutely cracks me up, is like, I mean,
she might have a point there. Am I fulfilling her ego when I make videos about her? She actually might have something there.
Tell this other person how amazing they are.
Oh,
it's weird. I mean, I understand giving a compliment every once in a while, like, hey, you do a really good job with this, but like, to idolize another person to the point where you completely diminish your own self-respect, right?
So I think now she's talking about like Andrew and the people that like Andrew.
Especially as an audience member, like, to become so obsessed over somebody's ego that you blindly follow. I think it's weird behavior. Now, no shame to the audience. I think that's what the internet is meant for, is for all sorts of people: smart, dumb, amazing, silly, goofy, triggered, fighters. Like, the internet is meant for all of you to play in. But some should definitely take a look in the mirror and really reconsider what their life goals are, and if you are doing something to towards that life goal. If anyone could think about shame, they'd be a faster trillionaire than Elon Musk. Oh, goodness. All right. So how do they do this? How do these content creators get a hold of you and turn you into little weapons of mass destruction?
Tell us, how do we weaponize our audience and turn them into little weapons of mass destruction? We watch you to learn, Sarah. We know that you're not putting out content. We know you're not putting on that fluff content, potato chip content, junk food content. We know you're giving us really something of substance. So tell us, Sarah, enlighten us. How do we weaponize and turn our audience members into little weapons of mass destruction?
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Number one, there's the emotional glue. It's the piece that keeps you tied to them, right? Like creating some kind of sense of community, or like you tie into them where you believe that you have a relationship. We all know this example, but there's a very specific person, if you know, who everyone said, that person's my friend. And because they're my friend, I'm going to fight for them. When at the end of the day, that person didn't give a about them at all. I mean, even when
talking about Dusty? Are you talking about Dusty?
was their time to, return the favor, they completely abandoned them, right? Oh, well, they're my friend. They ain't your friend. I'm sorry, but unless my version is, unless you've sat at my dinner table and you've met my kids, you are not my friend. You are an acquaintance or somebody. And no offense to any of my audience, I love all of you. I really do. I really do. I thrive off of developing content that you will enjoy, right? I always have you in mind when I'm talking about prompts, debate prompts, or going to find certain people for Throwdown Thursdays or debates. I always say the audience is going to love this. For instance, when T-Jump was referred into me, and they listed out the prompt and everything, what they wanted to do. And I was like, wait a minute, an atheist?
Dust it off. That's good. That's a good idea, actually, for a song parody. It could be like shake it off, but dust it off, just gonna dust it off.
Who believes morality is objective. And I was like, my audience is, for instance, when T-Jump was referred into me.
This is funny.
And they listed out the prompt and everything, what they wanted to do. And I was like, wait a minute, an atheist who believes morality is objective. And I was like, my audience is all going to love this, right?
Because my audience are all just as lefty and stupid as I am, and they're all atheists. So of course you're gonna love this.
So I always have you in mind. There are certain topics where I'll even say, nope, we're not doing that one because my audience isn't geared that way. We need to make sure we harness what they want, right? And so it's always like looking out for you because I care, right? I don't want to give you credit. There's a lot of ways in which the creator can create this bond, this one-way bond, like you belong to me, but I don't belong to you, right? Now, most audience members, I won't even say most, some of you are wise enough, but a lot of audience members can actually fall into this little loophole trap of believing that they have a relationship and this emotional attachment with this person, even though you might see them on a screen for 4 hours a week, or you might see them on a screen, every Monday and Friday night or something, right? But you establish this bond. This is why if you watch a TV series or a show series, right, by the end of it, how they really wrap you in is when the show ends, you're craving more. That's how you know you established that type of bond to the characters. And that's how you should review parasocial relationships when you're looking at a content creator. And when the show turns off and you're like, I need more, I need more, I need more. That's when you need to start looking at yourself. Or if you believe that this person is some type of friend of yours, or they like me because they read my chat and they laughed at it or talked to you in such a way. I mean, we've gone through parasocial relationships here a lot, but it's because I really
Thank you very much, Diesel Repair, for the $4.99, helping to grow our parasocial relationship. Got nothing to say. I just wanted to show your support. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Keeping our parasocial relationship strong.
really want the audience to know and understand what they're getting into when they watch content creators. And I don't want you to fall into these traps and these loopholes of having some type of, I don't know, like being owned by content creators and being turned into little weapons. Right? If you like me, cool. If you like my show, awesome. If you like the content but you hate me, great. Right? But if you are falling into this emotional relationship, it's because the content creator did exactly what they wanted. Like they did exactly what they needed to do to get you trapped, to make you feel like you owe them, to make you feel like you have to send donos, to make you feel like you have to take up their battles for them, And if you are watching that, especially as an observer, and you can watch it. And if you really tap into the psychology behind it as you're watching people's chats or watching people interact and engage in a certain way, if you take a step back and you look in and you say, wait, what's the goal here? Right? Always look at intentions or goals or things like that and watch what's happening. And it changes your dynamic between the content creator and the chat and what's going on. They're not learning anything. They're being weaponized.
Yeah, see, isn't this ridiculous? I was like, holy cow. How can I not talk about this? Thank you very much, Candy, for the $4.99. Sarah has so many facts of life. I don't know what I've been doing all these years. Yeah. How have we been all going along without these words of wisdom? I don't know why she didn't start doing these sooner. We need to know this stuff. We never knew this stuff. Not until Sarah came along. Queen of the Panelverse.
Creating the us versus them frame. This one I've seen a lot, especially with the bigger content creators, because they can.
You can tell she's reading off of bullet points here, like the topics. And I'm like, wow, she really did prepare for this cope string. A lot of study for the cope. I'm impressed. I got to say, I've never seen anyone prepare for cope. Thank you very much, Abby for the 10. Crawling on people's streams, her wounds, they will not heal. Thank you very much. That's great. Shout out to Lincoln Park. And thank you very much, Cathartic Munitions, for the 20. Finally caught you live. Here's makeup for all the times that I missed. Yeah, this is the start of a very beautiful parasocial relationship. Thank you very much, Cathartic Munitions. Yeah.
Really hone in, especially if they utilize some type of major threat or emotion. There's actually a psychology on algorithms in reels, like when you're watching the reels and your TikTok, whatever, you're swiping, there's actually like an algorithmic calculation. Like I watched the whole thing on this, but there's an algorithmic calculation that they do in order to get you to buy something. So they'll show you, like, for instance, something happy, like a cute little baby, do happy things, or something that you have algorithmically triggered that you laugh at. So, like for me, it's the comedy stuff. It gets me in a good mood, right? And so they'll, based on your clicks and views and what you do, they'll play you something that makes you happy. How they know this hones in on how you comment, how you interact. If you hit the like button on something funny, or if you watch it like twice or whatever, that's something that makes you happy. Then they'll trigger you with something that makes you sad. Like, oh, like I was.
Smokey, thank you very much for being a member for a month. So if we agree with you on anything, it's because we see you as our best friend, apparently. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you guys agree with me, it's because you see me as your best friend. And yeah, that parasocial relationship.
It's just happy. And now I'm like, oh, you know, like, I don't know, like a kitten that's all dirty and, you know, some kind of pet rescue has to save them. Like, oh, like it makes you feel bad or something that they know algorithmically that would make you feel sad. Right. Then they maneuver into one other additional little piece, maybe something informative, something helpful, something you like, something, whatever. But then right after that, boom, they smack you with a buy this product. Right. And that's when the ad comes in. Because they know in terms of the marketing world.
All right. Just an average couple. Thank you very much for being a member for 2 months. Hey, bestie. Thanks for sharing the cope. Yeah, no problem, bestie. Much appreciated.
If anyone thinks that advertising is not designed based around the psychology of your emotions, I've got a bridge to sell you in freaking Arizona, and you really, really, really need to know that you are vulnerable to the world and you are not protected at all. Nobody has your best interest. None whatsoever. Advertising, I hate commercials, not because they're annoying and they get in the middle of your show or whatever. I hate commercials because I hate observing that psychological piece. Like when I watch a commercial, I'm like, what are they trying to make me feel like here? What is their goal, right? Are they trying to make me believe, oh, well, you can also be like Michael Jordan if you wear these shoes. All it took was this pair of shoes for him to be this amazing basketball player. You can be like him. Oh yes, I want to be like Michael Jordan. I wear shoes because I want to be like him. This is why celebrities and athletes are the core of marketing, because you idolize people.
I like how she's saying this as if this is groundbreaking. Oh, companies use celebrities to sell their No, you don't say. Really? They use celebrities that people like to sell stuff? No. Mind blown. Good. Thank goodness we have Sarah here to teach us simpletons this stuff. Thank you very much, Kaiser Queen, for the $5. It looks like she has aged significantly since I saw her last. Is she not paralyzing her face anymore? I really don't know. I honestly don't know. But thank you very much, Kaiser Queen, for the $5. Crazy guys freeze frame. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, who would have thought? Companies use celebrities to sell their products. Wow. I had no idea.
You all idolize. When people say, what's your favorite celebrity? It's most of the time it takes me a second to be like, how do I want to answer that? Like who could I say is my favorite celebrity? You know, but usually my attributes are to somebody's actual work and their actual acting. Like I don't give a shit if you're, you know, cute or not, but I would never idolize people. It's strange when you look around the world and you see people just fall into this trap. And then now that I'm in YouTube and I'm watching you guys in real time become those same people that the marketing targets explicitly.
Oh, she's here to help us, guys. She's here to help us. She's here to help you guys. She cares. She doesn't want to see us and you. She doesn't want to see all of us fall into this trap, guys. Because if we fall into this trap, we might like Andrew Wilson or something. She's just trying to save us.
Explicitly, you are all targets of content creators, and they use you as little weapons of mass destruction. But when I say us versus them, I create an enemy. Actually, this is, I think it's in the 48 Laws of Power, where you have to actually create an enemy for your people to stand behind, right? So some people use the ideological, talking points as their enemy. Oh, well, I don't know, the left is the enemy, right? The left, they're
or the manosphere or the red pillars, Sarah, huh? Yeah, aren't the manosphere and the red pillars the enemy?
all a bunch of stupid people and they do nothing but good thing, or nothing but good thing. Oh, Freudian slip. They do nothing but bad things to our policies, and they get in the way, and they, well, whatever. And or if I'm a leftist content creator, the right is the enemy. We must create this war with them, right? They are the enemy. There's nobody good over there. So then anytime your channel or your people, your audience interacts and engages with a leftist content creator or a rightist content creator, if you've created that as an enemy, now they will tell them that they're the enemy, right? They will attack them the way that you want them to. They will make them, they'll ratio them. They'll go out of their way to comment bad things, right? Same goes for if I'm a leftist and I tell them the right is the enemy. You create the enemy. If I said the enemy for our show would be any other female content creator because they're just snarky and bad and they do nothing good for this space, and they're all this and they're all that. Well,
another female content creator.
What are you all going to do? Anytime you see another female content creator, I'm going to establish this enemy every time I talk about that show. Female content creators, women bad. And it's going to put that little seed in your brain, and that inception is going to grow into this whole idea that women bad, female content creator bad, right?
Oh, so that's another thing. Yeah. So that's why people don't like Sarah, is because there's a bunch of people that have been weaponized and led to believe by the evil content creators that female content creators bad.
We see a lot of this actually.
But Sarah does this herself. She's always going on and on about the manosphere and red pillars. She's been weaponized herself. She's the one that's always like, oh, these incels, the red pillars, the manosphere. She's always going on and on about that. So she's been weaponized herself.
In the manosphere war, all women whores, all women bad. They all do this. So that what happens is these men go out and actually try to engage with women in the real world, and they can't figure out why all the women hate them. But what does it do? It sends those men.
My incels. Yeah, see? My incels, my manosphere. It's all the same. It's always the same attacks. You know, oh, my red pillars, my manosphere. Yeah, they weaponize these young men, and then they go out, they can't get laid, and they get angry, and blah, 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 blah.
Right back to that same manosphere content creator. And they're like, man, every woman I talk to is just, they're all whores. They're all this, they're all that. And now you've created a loophole audience member who's coming to you for guidance on women. And then you feed them the very thing that's going to make them believe all women bad. So then when they're trying to get out there and do the thing, they're coming at it from an attitude of women bad. I treat women bad because women bad. It's not that I treat women bad. I have to respond. I have to put them in their place. I have to be a douchebag, right? I have to tell them I'm the alpha. And I've seen a lot of fun little videos that women have posted on their dates. And these men actually come out with these manosphere talk. Well, I'm the alpha and I told you what to do. So you're going to listen on their first date.
Let me go back a little.
I've seen a lot of fun little videos that women have posted on their dates.
Screenshot. Crazy eyes.
With these manosphere talk. Well, I'm the alpha and I told you what to do. So you're going to listen on their first date.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'm definitely going to use that for the thumbnail. But yeah, but did you hear what she just said? She sees these videos of men online posting their first date, and they're telling these women that they're the alpha male. And it's like, oh, you don't think you've been weaponized by maybe anti-manosphere creators or anti-red pill creators, and your algorithm has been how do you say, like formulated? Is that what I'm looking for? Curated. That's what I'm looking for. Curated to suit you and what you like to watch. And clearly you don't like the manosphere people, so you're having the algorithm suit you because you're seeing all these stupid men being douchebags and stuff. And so then it indoctrinates you even more, and it leads you down into this deeper hatred of the manosphere and the red pillars. So you've been indoctrinated the exact same way, Sarah, and you just demonstrated that right now when you said that you watch all these videos of these men going on their first dates and saying they're the alpha. Thank you very much, Abby, for the 10. She's stuck, hollow, and alone, and the fault is her own, and the fault is her own. Okay, that's the last one. Thank you very much, Abby. That's awesome. And thank you very much, Postal Joe, for the $5. Hey, I couldn't quite understand what she's been saying for the last 30 minutes. Can you please replay all of it? No. How about no? But thank you very much, Joe.
First date. Right? And so then man has bad date. Man comes crying back to the manosphere content creator. I took this girl out on a date the other day. I told her I was the alpha. And she told me I was crazy and she blocked me. She's a whore. She probably has a body count of 3,000. Right? So you're creating the target audience that will continue to do their own self-destruction, but also you're weaponizing them against this common enemy. You create the enemy that they're going to go out and hate on your behalf, but it creates this loophole for them to come back to you.
Like you've been indoctrinated. You've been weaponized. You're a little weapon of mass destruction now, Sarah.
Absolutely absurd. If you guys God, I hope some of you are aware of this. I hope some of you understand this, and we can't reach them all, but at the very least we can try, right? But they are, like I said, with the marketing example, how they give you the happy thing, then the sad thing, then something else that's kind of like informative, and then boom, hit you with the target.
We are an hour into the Cope stream, guys. We did it. Thank you very much, Emmett, for the good idea of speeding it up to 1.5 because it's helped us get through this Cope
product that they want you to buy. They are farming you for your emotional arousal. They're farming you for your emotions so that you do something about it, right? Just the same as the marketing tool. They're going to farm you for your emotions so that then you go do and buy product thing, right? It triggers you to go do something about it. They want your outrage. They want to farm you for your emotions. They don't give a fuck. These content creators, they really don't give a fuck. They know this. They know that it doesn't actually affect them. But they want you to be your weapons. Sarah's in my head and she's raging like a tomato thrown. I wish I need to get like some little squishy tomatoes so I can like throw them towards the screen or something. I need to go use the ladies' room momentarily.
All right, we'll just skip ahead while she does that.
But y'all need to get bigger mugs. Like, people like to throw in these cheap little caveats that we all can see you're lying through your teeth, but your audience is so emotionally attached that they know if I tell you, no, don't say anything mean, don't harass them, don't bother them, whatever. We can see because
Yeah, by the way, she only has like I was when I was watching this live, she only had like 30 something people watching. Like, it's pretty sad. Again, the downfall of Sarah really needs to be studied. Well, actually, I've been studying it. I've been studying it in real time. But yes, like, people are going to be fascinated by this type of behavior, how many years down the line. They're going to stumble upon the Sarah Cope streams and the Sarah history and Sarah lore, and they're just going to be like, wow.
your intentions are
Study this.
usually ill
We got to teach this in school. We got to teach you about the things, what not to do when you're an online content creator.
will, right? And if you have a pattern and a history of ill will, then we already know that you're saying it as a way to have deniability. Well, I told them not to bother you. I told them not to do this. I told them not to do that, right? So it's plausible deniability. But the reality is that your audience is actively doing this, and you are putting a stamp of approval on it. So when they make fun of you, when they laugh at you, or not laugh at you, right? But when they are, oh, sorry, James just sent me a novel on Buy Me a Coffee, but I'll read it here in just a second. I like it. That's what it's there for. But when they, I completely lost my thought. When they openly say, don't do this, don't do that, and yet their audience does it, then they laugh at it being done. So
yeah, I'm surprised she hasn't gotten, I'm really surprised that her and Brian Bryshap haven't collabed yet, because they both have the Andrew derangement syndrome. I'm super shocked. I don't know if she's big enough. Well, I mean, Charlie wasn't big enough to go on freaking Brian's show, I don't think, but yet she was on Brian's show. So, I mean, Sarah, I'm sure he's willing to have Sarah on and at least talk about the lawsuit, maybe. I don't know. But at the very least, I'm sure Sarah could try to get Brian. I don't know, though. I don't know. Brian is a clout chaser himself. He might see Sarah's channel and be like, oh, she only has like 14.7K subscribers. I don't know about that one. He's a clout chaser.
So the audience thinks, oh, well, that's a seal of approval for me. That's good, right? This is good. They like that I said something mean about this person, or they like that we helped ratio somebody else's channel, or they helped ratio a video or something like that, and they give them a stamp of approval. So the actions aren't matching the words. And one thing that we hear in the manosphere a lot lately is, well, one thing that I took home from the manosphere, and it's good to find nuggets, is actions have to match words, right? So if somebody's telling you don't do something, but then they applaud you when you do it, right? That's actions not matching words. And that should tell you what true intentions are. And that should show you what your influencer is actually wanting you to do. So then when you're constantly giving the, high five or a round of applause or pat on the back, you're going to continue that behavior, right? Because, oh, I made them happy. They liked that. They laughed at that. They think that's funny.
Let's see. In a debate, probably Brian. But in a boxing match, probably Sarah.
I'll do it again. Right? So you're creating this loop again, where you don't have to tell them to do something. You just have to applaud the ones who do it. And then everybody jumps on that bandwagon. Well, they laughed at that joke, making fun of somebody, or they applauded that person, these people, for going and commenting hateful things. I should do it too, because then I'll get their attention. And this comes back from that parasocial relationship. I, as the audience, want you to like me as much as I like you. And the only way to do that is to get your attention, whether it be via in chat or with money or whatever the case may be, right? So you create this fun little loop again of people coming back trying to get that stamp of approval. You see this a lot with kids or people we call, even adults, people that we would call people pleasers, where they're always trying to get everybody's stamp of approval. Like, look at me, I did something good for you, right? Look at me, I did something great, right? You like this, right? This is good, right? Right? People pleasers. And they're constantly trying to seek your approval. Now, people who do that towards me, where they want my approval, it's like, we have to be careful, because those people, you can easily be taken advantage of.
Yeah, like send you $1,000 super chat. Who was it? Jason Reeves, was that his name? Yeah, they could easily be taken advantage of, like sending you $1,000.
Right? You can easily take an advantage of people pleasers. And for those of you out there that do that, shame on you. You should actually keep those people at a distance, right? And ensure that they are establishing their own independence before you continue to feed that and then use it for bad things, because that's what they think you want. That's what they think you want. And it's, they'll move mountains. They'll become they'll do a lot of things that they think is going to make you happy. even immoral acts, right? That they, like, and I don't mean immoral like as in crazy off the wall, but I mean they'll do crappy things to other people because it makes you happy, or at least so they think. But you've trained them to be that way. You've trained them to be that way. They want to please you. So take from that to know that you don't have to please influencers for them to continue giving content.
Oh, really?
Right?
Oh, we don't? Oh, thank you. I thought we did.
Chase the numbers regardless. And they're going to move the way they do, or they're just going to continue on doing their thing. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you do, great. Welcome aboard, right? But they're a good content creator is just going to stick with the things that they want to do for their channel. Now, but yes, you'll end up in that feedback loop. It's does anybody else see this? Am I the only person that's observant? Sometimes I feel crazy, like I'm too hyper aware of stuff or watching things. But it really breaks my heart to see it.
Yeah, is she the only one, guys? Is she the only one smart enough to know all this stuff? Is she the only one that sees it, guys? Really? Good thing we have Sarah here to enlighten us. Really. Thank you very much, Postal Joe, for gifting 5 Cool Vic memberships. Yeah, 5 more documented citizens to the Coolverse. Congrats to Night Horse Grows, Jesse Johnson, Menace to Sobriety, Wakul, and Metal Stalfos. Hell yeah. You get access to those new custom emojis and those video on demand live streams, the past lives.
Especially when I see those people being taken advantage of. We saw this with, was it Mel Pandora, like took an advantage of her audience that way, and it didn't work out good, right? When they realized what was happening, and I'm not crapping on her, right? We already did her session because that was a thing to do to your audience, but she took an advantage of their emotions and heightened it in a false sense. And they all felt, they felt dirty afterwards. Right? Once they realized that it was all fake, they turned because they didn't like that. But there's still that parasocial group that were completely connected that said, no, you didn't do anything wrong. It's fine. I'm still here. So yeah. Is Sarah crazy? Well, I mean, every woman.
Yeah. Is Sarah crazy? Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Is crazy. It's just a matter of which level she's on of.
Okay, well, what level of crazy are you on, Sarah? Can you elaborate? I wish someone would have asked. Okay, well, then what level are you on? Is this level 5? Stage 5 clinger? What 5, 4, 3, 10, 9? I wish someone would have asked her to elaborate.
Crazy. Now, I won't slash tires. I won't key your car. I won't even call all your friends and tell them you're a piece of shit, right? But I'm the one that...
I'll just make live streams coping about you for months, pretty much comparing you to like an online marriage. And then I will demand that you pay me for the work that I didn't complete. And then I will sue you. And then I will also sell pictures of myself pretty much mostly nude underneath a jacket that is supposed to be a parody of your brand. So yeah, that's what I will do.
Like just completely turns and walks away and says bye. And then when you've realized that you fell off the face of the planet in my world and you no longer exist in my world, then that actually angers them even more, because it's like, why won't you talk to me? Why won't you acknowledge I exist? Because you died in my world, right? You do bad thing to me. I don't want you in my world.
Yeah, it's like how Andrew died to her, Andrew died to her, but she's still talking about it. Yeah, totally, Sarah. Totally what you're doing.
Hot Crazy Matrix. That video is still gold. I wonder how many views it's got to be 1 billion views at this point on that one video. All right, James sent in $25 on the Buy Me a Coffee app. Thank you so much, James. I'm glad you're.
Be careful, James. She's harvesting you. She's how do you say, whatever she said earlier about taking advantage of the audience. You got to be careful.
You're not out cheating on me tonight because I'm your maiden squeeze, huh? But he says James sent in $25 on the Buy Me a Coffee app. Thank you so much, James. I'm glad you're not out cheating on me tonight because I'm your maiden squeeze, huh? But he says, I think the core issue is that things are so easy in modern society that we are collectively bored. Yes. So we have to create drama and people exploit that 100%. This is probably too long to read on stream. I'm going to read it anyways. It's an extended passage from the book Fire by Sebastian Younger. Also wrote Perfect Storm. Modern society, of course, has perfected the art of having nothing happen at all. Oh, that's pretty. There is nothing particularly wrong with this, except that for vast numbers of Americans, as life has become staggeringly easy, it has.
Yeah, exactly, Alexander. That actually is doing the parasocial pretend relationship thing. Yeah, exactly. See, yeah.
also become vaguely unfulfilling. God, that's beautiful. Life in modern society is designed to eliminate as many unforeseen events as possible. And as inviting as that seems, it leaves us hopelessly underutilized. And that is where the idea of adventure comes in. The word comes from the Latin adventura, meaning what must happen. An adventure is a situation where the outcome is not entirely within your control. It's up to fate, in other words. It should be pointed out that people whose lives are inherently dangerous, like coal miners or steelworkers, rarely seek adventure. 100%. Like most things, danger ceases to be interesting as soon as you have no choice in the matter. For the rest of us, threats to our safety and comfort have been so completely wiped out that we have to go out of our way to create them. I don't think I could have said that better myself. Thank you so much for sharing that, James. That was exactly like the core of where I wanted to send everything.
Yeah, I'm learning so much here. I'm so glad that I'm choosing to watch Sarah's channel instead of watching the Kardashians or some trash TV. I'm actually educating myself by watching Sarah's cope stream.
You just said it all for me. Stream over. Let's go home. That was so well
Stream's
written.
over?
I love that, James. I'm excited.
Oh, you're
that.
kidding.
Thank you. So you are understanding what I'm talking about. Okay, perfect. All right, the secondary creator layer. This is where it gets even better because it's not only the audience that gets weaponized. It's not only the audience that gets weaponized. There are also other content creators, and we see this live, especially in our community, who want to harness the attention. Remember, I talked about that approval, the people pleasers. They want to harness the attention of the original creator who said, this person bad, here's why. Okay? So what happens is, person A, we'll call that the original creator, comes out and does a big show and says, this person's bad, here's why.
I think this is where she starts talking about me.
Arg. Don't be mean to them. Don't be mean to, I'm just telling you guys. I'm just telling you because you need to know this person's bad, but don't do anything to them. Right? Okay. So they say all these bad things. Then what we see happen is it begins this waterfall effect where everything starts to trickle downward to the smaller content creators who would like the approval of the bigger content creators. This is where that clout chasing piece comes in. So they grab big, meanie person, original content creator video, and then they bring it down to their show. They review it and they say, yeah, this person is bad because such and such said so. Here's why. And I'm gonna reiterate the same exact narrative without actually doing any homework, and I'm not gonna question anything that they're saying because I don't have to. I don't have to. I'm just gonna blindly repeat everything this other person just said. You all know. You've seen it. You've witnessed it.
You all know. Yeah, by the way, everything Andrew said is absolutely correct, especially about Sarah. So yeah, hopefully I'm doing a good job weaponizing you guys tonight. Flavius, thank you very much for the 10. V1C is weaponizing me against degenerates. Well, I'm glad. That's actually honestly a good thing. Thank you very much, Flavius. Thank you for not cheating on me tonight, huh? Thank you very much. And also thank you very much, Jesse Johnson, for the 2. Here's my parasocial payment. What are your orders? My orders. I would like an In-N-Out cheeseburger, please. But thank you very much, Jesse Johnson. Very much appreciated.
And then they find out they're wrong a month later. That's the most beautiful piece I've ever seen right there.
Wait, what? When did I find out? Huh? When did we find out we were wrong? So that part I'm confused. Where was the part we found out we were wrong? What did Andrew say? And then we all repeated it. And then we found out we were wrong. Where did that happen? I missed that part. I must have missed that.
Right there, just like that. Then they find out they're wrong a month later. That's the best part. Well, the thing of it is they never correct the narrative. They just stick to it. Why? Because now they say, okay, well, if original creator, person A, was able to harness the audience by saying this person's bad, well, then they're going to take their turn to try to harness that same audience too, right? And if that audience is positively reacting to person A, well, they'll positively react to everything I'm saying too, because I'm just repeating the same narrative, doubling down. And it's fun.
What if I just honestly agree with Andrew? What if I just honestly agree with Andrew? What if you actually just did a thing, Sarah? Did that thought ever cross your mind? What if you just actually did a thing, right? And I agree that you did a thing. And so I am agreeing with said content creator. And that's what's going on. Did you ever think of that? Well, of course not, because that would imply that she actually did something wrong. And as we all know, which is why I originally wanted to stop covering Sarah, she is actually a delusional woman who doesn't think she does anything wrong. It really is. Like, honestly, it's like she has such a blinder to anything she does. So anything bad that happens to her, it's just everyone else being a
to watch these people, because they might say that they're a commentary channel or a drama channel or investigative journalists to some degree of some sort, but they don't actually investigate anything. All they do is watch one person say something, and then they go and repeat exactly the same thing. Not a single original thought, not a single original opinion, not a single like, well, okay, guys, so here's what person A said, but I went and I actually found the original thing, and here's what I've gathered. Here's what I've gathered for you. And I'm going to give you the full information and let you figure out what you want to think about it, right? So that would be a really great commentary, journalistic style channel.
Yeah, this isn't a news organization, Sarah. I don't have fact checkers around here. It's just me here. And some of the I just don't care. Okay, like one of the things I got wrong was people in my chat would tell me that the people in my chat weaponized me in this case, I guess, that she used to date Alex PWF, okay? And in one stream, I repeated that. And then she, in her own stream, the one where she was pissed off at me, like, V cool V1C, you better watch it, bucko. That is not even true. I never dated Alex PWF. You better be careful. You better stop spreading. You better watch it. Okay, so then I was like, okay, fine. I correct myself. She never dated Alex PWF, you know, as far as what she's saying. Okay, I don't know, and I don't care. Okay, I just don't. Doesn't matter to me if you dated Alex PWF or not. Why am I going to message you or do investigative journalism to something I don't care about?
It would get broken. This is why Sarah ignores me. She recognizes that if we ever bumped into each other in a restaurant, she'd get broken. Why would it get broken? Are you fat? Like, would you?
By the way, thank you very much, Scott, for the $5. Just be vigilant, chat. Question their words. Research their lies. Yes, exactly. 100%. Thank you very much, Scott. Oh, that's another good screen grab right there. That's another idea for the thumbnail. Get your screenshots in now, guys.
You're so big that if you bumped into me, it would actually bump me. I'd ping pong off of you and knock into like a freshly laid table with glasses and plates and food, and I would actually just knock it all over. Is that what's going on? But in any event, the person B has no single thought of their own. They're just going to repeat the same thing. Why? Because, well, audience be good to person A who said these things, so audience will be good to me if I say these things, right? And these bigger content creators actually rely on the smaller content creators to repeat their narrative. Why? Because that's double exposure, triple exposure, quadruple exposure, right? So they're going to continue to feed the same narrative again and again and again. Now, anybody's best interest, if you are at the receiving end of bad things like this, it is your best case scenario to never watch it. That's something I learned a long time ago. I'm not going to watch it. It's funny when people send me little clips of funny things. I'm like, oh, I'm a what now? Like, that's okay. That's funny. That's hilarious. But never go out of your way to watch it, because you already know it's not an original thought. It's not a solid opinion. They didn't investigate. They didn't look into it to see if it's true or not. They just triple, double doggy down and only take one person at their word and one piece of a clip or something, and no context, no nothing. Just, oh.
What's funny is that she claims she doesn't watch, but yet then how does she know what I'm saying is a lie then? And then she's admitting that she's watching clips herself. She's saying that people are sending her clips. So she's not even going back and fact checking what the people, her fans are telling her. For all she knows, her fans could just be sending her a clip that's taken out of context. That's just taken out of context, and she doesn't bother to fact check either. She's this woman, am I right? No self-awareness whatsoever. She lectures like, oh, you should go back and watch the whole clip. You should go watch the whole thing, not take things out of context. Yeah, she's watching clips out of context, and right here admitting she doesn't watch the streams that people. So how does she even know I'm taking something out of context? How does she know what I'm saying about her if she doesn't watch it herself? Why don't you take your own advice? By the way, thank you very much, Abby, for the 10. She wants to cope, gave up her only hope. The crucible and everyone let her go. She has nowhere to belong. Exactly. Somewhere I belong. Thank you very much, Abby. Very much appreciated. She doesn't know shit. Cool. Yeah, exactly. I mean, originally when she had heat with me at the beginning, when she called me a content thief, she told me, she's like, yeah, well, don't just post the whole debate though. But the thing is, I don't post the whole debate. One video one video she saw where, yeah, it was pretty much the whole debate that I posted. And it only was the whole debate because the debate ended abruptly because the prompt was so poor that one side had to concede, and it brought the debate to a halt, like unexpectedly. So it was once, but she didn't go and look that up. She saw one thing. She didn't go and investigate. No, she saw one video and then made up her mind and then called me a content thief in public, which, by the way, went against her own rules set herself when she's like, handle it in public, handle it behind the scenes, message the person directly and tell them. She didn't do that to me. She called me out publicly. This woman's so full of crap.
This is what they said, and then realized like later, if they backed it up like 30 seconds, they would actually see something completely different. But that's the best part. That's the absolute best part when they realize that later. But they're blindly repeating the original narrative because they can't do no wrong. Like, I love this content creator. They'll never do anything wrong. They would never say anything wrong. They would never say anything off the wall. They would never do anything bad. I have to trust this other content creator, and I want them to look at me. Look at me. I think my most favorite one that I'd ever seen.
So here it is.
I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread was when one content creator was repeating somebody's narrative, right? And that person happened to show up in their chat, and they even like popped on. They gave them the link, and they popped on their show. And the creator said to the person that was covering their stuff and just repeating their same talk voice, they're like, "Oh yeah, I never even knew the show was here. I never knew you covered all of my stuff. I never knew this. Never knew you were here." What an embarrassment. So you've been covering that person's work for over a year and saying nothing but great things and agree with everything that they've done, and they never even heard of you. And that person didn't even take the hint. They thought that was awesome. I would have been embarrassed. I would have been embarrassed if I've been covering somebody's work for over a year and they never even heard of me. Isn't that sad?
Look at the cope in her eyes. You can just see it in her face. So listen, this is where someone in the chat goes, "Oh, are you talking about cool?"
I think that's sad. But that just goes to show you that person was pining for their attention. So when they gave them the attention, they didn't even realize how much of an insult it was that they'd never heard of them before. Brick. I'm not saying anything.
So right here. So right there. That's when they're like, "Oh, is that cool?" So she goes, "I'm not saying anything."
Their attention. So when they gave them the attention, they didn't even realize how much of an insult it was that they'd never heard of them before. Brick. I'm not saying anything. My goal is to not say names. So I'm just making fun of stupid people in this space and using some specific examples that are not specific at all.
So I'm just using some specific examples that aren't specific at all. But yeah, so I think, so listen, it's weird because she is talking about me, but also at the same time, I don't recall. So I think what she's talking about is the first time Andrew came onto my stream. But the reason I'm confused is I don't remember during that call or whatever, I don't recall Andrew saying, "I didn't even know you covered my stuff." I don't remember that. But even if that were true, she was like, "Oh, he should have been insulted by that." Why should I have been insulted? See, the thing is, Sarah's assuming that I cover Andrew's content because I want his attention. That's the only reason why I do it. Which, if that were the case, then yes, maybe I should be a little embarrassed or what have you. If that was my goal this whole time, was to just get Andrew's attention, then yeah, maybe I should be embarrassed. But that's the thing. That's not my goal. Like, these people have to pretend that you can't just be a fan of somebody. Like, that I actually just like what Andrew has to say, that I just like his debates, that I just really think that he has a good message. Like, they can't just accept that. They have to think that I'm doing this because, oh, I want his attention or blah, blah, blah. No, even if I had some kind of knowledge that, like, let's go back a few months before Andrew ever came on my stream or whatever. Like, let's say I had some knowledge that, Andrew will never acknowledge you, Vic. He would never acknowledge you. He will never know that you exist. Guess what? I would still cover his debates because I am a fan of the guy. That's it. I am a fan of his. I enjoy his work. He does great work. It would be like if you had a favorite, band or musician or actor or something, and then you made videos about them because you really enjoyed their work. It's just that simple. That's all it is. I wasn't doing this because I was like, "Oh, please, Andrew, please notice me." Even if I knew that he would never, ever acknowledge me, I would still make videos about him because he does good work. That's all it is. But all these people, like, I think they just get jealous, you know? It's just jealousy. Yeah, freeze frame on point, Vic. Yeah, exactly. I cannot. Yeah, dude, I cannot get over this pause frame. Yeah, exactly. The crazy eyes. Yeah, but that's all it is. But I think these people just get jealous. They get jealous at Andrew because Andrew has a good following and he's becoming successful. They get jealous of me because I wasn't trying to get Andrew's attention. I just like making his content and he noticed me and he came on my stream and we've been interacting more and stuff. And so they get jealous of that. They're just all a bunch of jealous people that can't accept that no one gives a about them or what they have to say. It's just that simple. They're not entertaining people. Thank you very much, Tengu, for the $10. Wouldn't it be simpler or just send a super chat instead of make an entire channel? Her last two brain cells fighting for dominance. Yeah, I know, right? Thank you very much. But yeah, exactly. Wouldn't it just be easier for me to just send him a bunch of super chats to get, if I really wanted his attention, than to just cover his content,
But so what they'll do though is they'll clout chase. Is my stuff slowing down again? Let me see, which camera am I on? Yeah, I'm on the right one. Okay. But they'll clout chase in hopes that this person will acknowledge they exist. And in the clout chasing, there is some degree of like, okay to clout. Everybody clout chases to some level, right? Getting a big name to come on your show is obviously a good thing, right? But it's not, it depends on how you're maneuvering around it, right? Covering somebody's, like I covered Matt Walsh the other day. There's a degree of clout chasing, right? I want somebody to see a picture of him and be like, oh, why is Matt Walsh here, right? Talking about them or whatever. Right?
Yeah, see, she's speaking from herself. She's like, she wants to do this for clout. Like, she covers certain people because she thinks, oh, and yes, like to some degree, yeah, you're going to do that. But that's when I cover people, it's not because I want them to notice me. It's because I actually like their work. That's it. That's all it is.
Right. But to clout chase,
like, I've featured people on my channel that have less of a following than I do, but I thought they did a good job at debating. Rob Noor, for a period of time, was a smaller channel than mine, a way smaller channel than mine. But I covered Rob's because he does great work. And so I covered him. Now he's a bigger channel than me, and rightfully so. He deserves to be a bigger channel than me. He deserves to have a big channel. But so it's not just about clout chasing with me. I actually enjoy a lot of these people's work.
The same person over and over and over again and hope that they notice you, right? In a positive way, and to just agree with everything they say and to just triple double doggy down and say, yes, I stand behind them because I like them. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. And they don't want backlash. They don't want one day for that person to say, well, you said that I was wrong here for saying these things. So screw you. Now you're giving up your very principles, right, of who you are and what you're doing because you're too busy saying that you just agree with everything they say. Right? Because you don't want them to come and see one day that you're talking bad about them on your show, or you're not necessarily talking bad, but disapproving of behavior or disagreeing with their statement or so on and so forth.
And by the way, Sarah's such a clout chaser that she throws her own friends under the bus for them. She threw, her and Rob weren't friends, but she threw Rob under the bus because, Rob has less clout than Connor or RTP and these people. So yeah, Rob. And then she threw Dusty under the bus for T-Jump, So yeah, this is where she's coming from. It's all projection. It's what she's doing.
You have no mind of your own because you're afraid you'll get backlash for it or they might not give you attention. It's really embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. But your parasocial relationship as the secondary content creator is being used as a war starter too. If I could go out and say something and then everyone else beneath me, I say that as in like smaller channels. If I was like a 1 million subscriber channel and then all of the channels below me, that waterfall effect went and just repeated everything I said and never called me out, that would be a war starter. Then I know I can do no wrong. Therefore, all of my followers, all of my fans, all of the other influencers are just going to take exactly what I say and run with it and agree with it and triple double doggy down on it. Again.
I mean, isn't that what's happening now? I mean, you got a lot of people that don't want to disagree with it. And if they do, you don't like it because you don't think you do anything wrong.
With great power comes great responsibility. Mama says, open up the panel. We're not doing a panel tonight, Mom. I'm doing Sleepy Tomato. And then I'm going to go cuddle with Tomato Jr. because it'll be his bedtime a little bit. And that's what I'm going to go do. But yeah, so that you've created a parasocial relationship with other influencers because they're too dumb to see it, right? They are put in the same position as the audience members who you wrestle with their emotional, it is an emotional entanglement. You get them to feel like they have to do right by you. They have to listen to you. They have to have a common enemy with you. Right? And that creates this waterfall effect of creators doing that. And everybody say, hello, mama, you're late. I love you, mama. All right. The system is fueling it. The system doesn't do anything to help negate this factor. We see TV ratings, you see live view counts, you see 473,000 views on a video of one person talking smack about another person. You see all of that come into play in terms of what keeps that system fueled. We see the Kardashians.
And by the way, she even admitted that she was thinking of distancing herself from Andrew in the Crucible because people would complain and all that stuff. And if there would have been, that's one of the reasons why Andrew stopped working with her, because it's clear that if she would have found some bigger content creator than Andrew to work with, she would have ditched Andrew and went with that content creator. She is the clout chaser here.
We see Jerry Springer, we see Judge Judy, right? We see all of the high drama gets high ratings, and it absolutely disturbs me that we are that type of society in which the more degenerate drama you can create, the more clicks and views you're going to get. This is why IRL streamers get a really high click-worthy type of show, because they're constantly fueling it with something crazy on their show, right? HS Tiki Taki will find someone and beat out of them because they think they're a PDF or something like that, and that drives that drama up, and you have to keep chasing that dragon to keep the fuel going. So if you ever try to just sit down and have a normal conversation with your audience, they're probably not going to stick around because, well, that's boring. Bring out let's throw metal chairs at each other like WWF. It makes it way more fun and interesting to watch. This is why WWF or WWE did so well. So yeah, you're creating this high algorithm reward with high arousal and drama outrage, and it's just constantly feeding itself. So, oh my God, the algorithm rewarded me by having this crazy drama thing happen, and I got a lot of clicks, a lot of views, and a lot of money, right? So therefore, I'm going to do it again, right? And then my audience is rewarded with these little high dopamine hits of, oh my God, this is crazy. Let me get my popcorn, and it's just a constant fueling circle. Then of course, you guys send a lot of money. Right? Oh my God, screw that person. Oh my God, this. Oh my God, I hate them. Oh my God, I'm so on your team. I've got your back, buddy. You're sending these with super chats and donations and whatever. Now that activates that like tribal audience where it's like, yeah, we're going to do this together. We're going to go fight this person that we don't even personally know because they said one mean thing about you one time, or they gave feedback, or they're bad. Screw them. I don't even care what the reason is. You want to fight them? We're going to fight them together. And then they send you all their money and say, let's go fight them together. Right? Everybody.
She's insane. Thank you very much, Kevin, for the $4.99. She'll never get it. Narrative versus stances. Clout chasing versus principles. Yeah, exactly. She'll never get it. She's on the wrong side of everything. But thank you very much, Kevin, for the $4.99. Wow. Only 3 more left to go to complete that. To complete the 3rd super chat goal. If Sarah's dog Opie would have been here, you would have been able to see him twice already, and a 3rd time if we complete this goal, huh? Poor Opie. Poor doggo. Thank you very much, Kokomo, for the 10. Let's get this 3rd goal. The power of the Coolverse. Well, yeah, Kokomo, that is the power of the Coolverse. Thank you very much, Crimson King, for the $9.99. I think Dusty's a little jelly you're not talking about him, Vic. Maybe. Maybe Dusty needs to do his own Cope stream, huh? But thank you very much, Crimson King, for the 99. At least Dusty just says it. At least he says who he's talking about. He's not like Sarah here, who's like talking about us, but pretending like she's not. Thank you very much, Kyle Rana Mile, for sending a $2 super sticker. Very much appreciated. Yeah, just one more way. I need to make if I get the Grok figured out, the Grok AI video, I need to make like an Opie super chat reward,
He profits from this, except you, the viewer. I said this earlier. What do you gain when you are a weaponized tool of mass destruction for somebody else's drama feud online? What do you gain?
What do you guys gain? Probably a whole hell of a lot of entertainment, because this is a lot of fun. And I think I'm more successful at airing your stream than you are, Sarah. Pretty sad. But thank you very much, Flavius, for the 10. LFG completing that 3rd super chat goal. Hell yeah. And thank you very much, Postal Joe, for the $5. Do you plan on having a super awesome special show for when Rachel debates Bryshat? We'll see. That's actually not a bad idea. Maybe I will, Postal Joe. Maybe I will. And then I could you know, we could continue our very strong parasocial relationship. Thank you very much, Postal Joe. Yeah, let's do the super chat reward. Let's see here. What shall we do? We'll do me tap dancing, huh?
It's raining money. You hear that rhythm? Woo! Ha, that's what I'm talking.
That's what I'm talking about. What's better, my crip walking or my tap dancing, guys? Thank you guys very much. You guys are amazing. 3 hours. All right. Let's see if we could do it a fourth time, guys.
From it. Did it make you feel good? Did it make you happy? Did you harness
probably did.
relatively solid information of how to, I don't know, make your life better? Did you learn something new? Did you gain, did you gain anything? What did you gain from it? Nothing. You lost brain cells. You lost principles. You lost your ability to.
You lost principles.
You lost money that you sent to that person to go on a brigade or a war or a whatever thing you want to say, whatever thing that they called for. You lost your self-respect. You definitely lost some kind of self-awareness if you can't see it and what you're being led to believe.
See, it's like now the chat's bad. Oh, you guys are just too stupid to recognize what's going on with you guys. You lost your self-respect. You lost your principles. You lost your dignity. You lost your brain cells. And it's just sad if you guys are just too stupid to know that. You know, you guys might think you like watching cool Vic streams. You guys might think you like laughing at me coping. But maybe you guys are just too stupid to realize that you really don't. Okay? Why don't you guys watch me anymore? Thank you very much, Mike, for the $5. Didn't she still have Andrew's debates listed after the fall? Yeah, she did. Was still trying to make money off of them. Talk about chasing clout or being a clinger. Yep, exactly. 100%. Thank you very much, Mike. Yeah, dude. Sarah should just end the stream like Will Smith at the end of that one episode where his dad left him. Why don't he want me, man? That's what she did. That's what she should do.
You lost everything. That creator
You lost everything.
And they used you as a tool. Isn't that interesting? And this, again, is why I say I'm not a spectator and I refuse to be one. If I want to watch a baseball game, I'll go play the baseball game and enjoy it for myself. I'm not going to pay hundreds of dollars to go watch somebody else as I sit in an uncomfortable seat eating. Well, the hot dogs are good, though, guys. I won't deny it. Now I want a hot dog. Some relish all over it.
I bet you do.
Hot dog.
Oh, yeah. I bet she does want the hot dog. She wants lots of hot dogs. Thank you very much, Mel's Pandora, for the 10. I'm behind on the stream and you're making me laugh. It's okay for her to slander and bully creators, but now it's happening to her. She's the victim. LOL. Yeah. Thank you very much for being here, Mel's Pandora. Exactly. She's always the victim. That's what she's like good at, just painting herself as the victim. And dare I say, weaponize the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet she wants some glizzies.
And I get it. You're paying for the environment. Oh, I'm going to go sit with a bunch of other people, thousands of people in a stadium on uncomfortable chairs, eating the same crappy hot dogs that were like put on rollers 10 hours ago, and drink beer that gets warm by the time you get to your seat because you have to walk 3 miles just to get anywhere inside of a stadium. It doesn't sound fun to me. I'd rather just go play the game myself. I can still eat a hot dog while I'm on the bench waiting for my turn to go up to bat. I can still enjoy a beer when I do it. But the influencer, the content creator, the person that is weaponizing you, the companies who spend millions of dollars on advertisements weaponize you and you lose. They win. I saw a thing the other day saying that like these expensive like Gucci handbags that you have to pay like thousands of dollars for, like $3,000, cost the company only $52 to make it. It's simply the name brand that you're paying for. And me, I'm practical and pragmatic. I look at an item and I say, well, what does that item do for me? Like, I don't need the name. If you're buying a purse, I need it to just carry things. I stopped carrying purses because I was like, I don't need a bunch of all this other stuff. I need my driver's license. I need my debit card. And I need my phone.
See, I'm not like those other girls. I'm not like those other girls that need their designer handbags. I just need a simple little Target bag to carry all my things. I'm not like all those other girls. However, make gold diggers great again, guys. Thank you very much, Menace to Sobriety, for the 2. Smart Cookie and her armchair psychology series. Yeah, right. That's exactly what she's doing here, being an armchair psychologist. Thank you very much, Menace to Sobriety. helping to foster that parasocial relationship. And you're my best friend, by the way, Menace. There you go. Am I doing a good job yet, guys? Am I doing a good job yet? You guys are all my best friends. Have you guys felt weaponized yet? Huh? My little weapons of mass destruction.
That's about it. Iotin in with the Big 10 says that these audiences are looking for a place to belong. You find a space where you see a bunch of other people super chatting this toxic the creator reinforces it. It cycles, but it's just bullying. So yes, the concept of belonging, and this is why the parasocial piece kicks in so hard. And that's what makes you all so vulnerable, because you're looking for a community, other people with similar interests to go hang out with, right? So I could lead you down that path by saying, like, if I was let's pretend I'm a dude, and I am a manosphere content creator, I'm going to hook you in by saying women divorce men because they're stupid, and men are actually these great superheroes, and women are used up 304s, and single moms are nothing. Someone out there is going to look at that and say, oh, that's me. He's talking to me. He knows me. He knows what I'm talking about. He's smart.
You're going to say Vic weaponized you in court? Oh, no.
Okay, so I'm going to go into that community, and guess what? There's 100 other dudes who he was talking to as well, who have the same story, same similar talking piece, same similar thing. And guess what? I'm going to convince you all that women are bad and they are the problem. And you're gonna be like, yeah, because my ex-wife, she was and she was me, and she took the house and she took the truck.
It's always about like men, like it's always about like women with her, and like she can't get over that. Like, again, she has like a feminist rotted brain. Like, she is always like has to think about the manosphere and the red pillars, which, again, as my point earlier, she's been weaponized by anti-red pillars or anti-manosphere people. Like, she's been weaponized. That's why she has this brain rotted thing where it's like, oh, these manosphere people, these women haters, the misogynist. Like, that's all she could think of. And so she thinks also too, she's saying this because she's trying to say that anyone that dislikes her, it's because she's a woman, obviously. It's because she's a strong, independent woman, and we just can't handle it. We can't handle her girl bossiness.
And she took the kids, and she took the dog, not the dog. I hated that dog, but she took the dog. She took that dog too. And then, now I've created a common enemy. I've created an enemy that you can all hate together. Women bad. Okay? And then you're going to go out into the world with all of my new talking points, and you're going to be like, yeah, all these women are out because your perception is now there, right? Have you ever thought of like that, the difference between having a positive outlook on life versus being, I'm a silver lining kind of girl. So I could look at the worst situation and be like, you know what? Here's the silver lining. At least I don't have to deal with that person ever again, right? And I can move about my life in a positive way, not ever having to worry about them doing it to me ever again. Boom, done. Positive outlook.
Hey, good to see you, Rachel. Thank you for being a member for 4 months, by the way. Sarah never recovered from her yeah, she never recovered from her imaginary divorce with Andrew inside her head. So she's a feminist. Many such cases. Yeah, exactly. Never gotten over her imaginary divorce to her imaginary husband, imaginary ex-husband now.
Somebody else may take that same look and be like, nobody likes me because this one person said and they didn't like me and then they made fun of me, right? They may take that, and then it's an absolutely miserable, terrible mindset to have. So these content creators tap into that negative mindset, because if you are in a negative mindset and the whole world is ending, right? Everything bad, you'll just keep coming back to me because I can make you feel bad. But you're a real man. You're a real man. All those women, they don't know you're an alpha male and you don't need her. You don't need this. I'm going to tell you.
It's always exactly about men and women with her. Like, it's always about men and women. Like, what's wrong with her? Again, it's feminist brain rot.
How to be that awesome, amazing person for just free $99.99. And you're sold.
I have, yeah. Thank you very much.
You are 100% sold. Yes. All right. What are the real harms of this, though?
Oh, okay.
What are the real harms of what happens when...
Now we're moving on to the next section. What are the real... So, class, now we moved on to the last segment. What are the real harms of all of this? Class has been in session. Again, I can't believe the amount of preparation she did for this Cope stream. It is impressive, though. Menace to Sobriety, thank you very much for the 2. What would we do without Saren Dance Owens? Saren Dance Owens to decode this? Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much, Sobriety.
Content creators do this. And we've got like 3 more kind of like what I would call chapters to go through, but we're almost towards the tail end. The real harms and what happens to these audience members is, number 1, you are wasting your time, your energy, and your emotions on someone else. And if you think you're not, I don't know how to help you. I understand, well, it's funny to me, but when you are turned into a weapon of mass destruction against other people, you are wasting your time for somebody else's gain. Best thing somebody ever told me is, are you going to make somebody...
Yeah, and it's awesome. Right now in the YouTube, I have 297 people currently wasting their time watching this. Thank you guys very much for wasting your time, your brain cells, sacrificing all of your principles and your dignity and all the other you said just to watch me. Oh, now 302 of you. Thank you guys very much. She only had like 30 something people watching her.
Are you going to make money for someone else by like working a corporate job or whatever? Or are you going to make money for yourself and write your own rules? And I thought about that and I was like, that's a good way to look at it. I am just a slave to this corporate owner who's making bazillions of money a year and then wants to like cut everyone's, what do you call them? Your annual pay raises down percentages because the company needs to do, we got to be able to survive. So we're cutting costs and we're cutting your costs. You are the cost. So we're going to limit your pay raises this year. And, we're going to cut out your 401k benefits to where we're only going to contribute this amount, not that amount, knowing that you came in on a contract, right? Where these were the things that were sold to you and this is what you're getting. And then we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And those are like, but the owner, boss is still getting their salary. In fact, they get a big chunk of bigger salary, or they buy into all of the other profit sharing, and your profit sharing only goes up if your overhead goes down, right? Everyone on the board is still making money. All the stockholders are still making money only because they took it out of your paycheck, right? So you, the audience, are you going to go and help make money for someone else as a weapon? As a weapon, are you going to continue feeding into that supply chain of crazy? Are you going to waste your energy and your emotions on somebody else's emotions? It blows my mind. Somebody gets upsetty, spaghetti, and sad or mad about something. And you're going to waste your time going out of your way to say, we're going to war. We're going to go race you. Then we're going to do that. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. You just wasted 5 hours of your night being mad at somebody else on behalf of that content creator. I don't know about y'all, but I got bigger fish to fry.
She's got bigger fish to fry, guys. She's got to get people like T-Jump on her channel, live streaming to like 20, 30, 40 something people. She's got bigger fish to fry. Thank you very much, Scott, for the $2. Sundown, Sarah's channel is falling. Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much, Scott. I got bigger fish to fry. I got better things to do. Yeah, maybe a few months ago, before October 17th, that would have been true. Now, not so much, Sarah. Not so much.
A way bigger fish to fry. Executive admin flashbacks, maybe. maybe. You know what's the worst part was they tried to use the tariffs as the excuse. And I saw right through it. I was like, y'all are, nope. Well, the tariffs are happening, so we're going to, we got to cut costs. And that's not a me problem. Tariffs are not my problem. Your product coming in from other places is not my problem. Not my problem at all. If the drama is interesting, I'll definitely be watching it for 5 hours. But the point of it is that is the weapon.
Thank you very much, Menace to Sobriety, for the 2. Upsetting spaghetti equals gimmick infringement. I know, right? Andrew should sue her. Thank you very much.
That is the weapon. If I utilize you as a tool, I'm going to utilize you as a weapon.
She gets even bored of her own streams. That's what's so funny. I'll never forget when I was covering the whole her and Dusty fallout, when she looked like she looked bored rewatching her own panel. And it's like, see, Sarah, you even bore yourself. You yawning during the stream. You look all like bored when watching your panels. You can't even entertain yourself, which is pretty sad. Thank you very much, Postal Joe, for the $5. Sara Tomato, I eat pieces of sheet like you for breakfast. Yeah. You eat pieces of sheet for breakfast? No. Thank you very much, Joe. And thank you very much, Tengu, for the $5. The irony here is so rich. Everything she is accusing is exactly what she is doing. Yep. Yep. I was listening to this. I was like, again, I just couldn't believe it. There was just so much there. Just so much. Like, so much. Thank you very much, Tango. Thank you very much, John Aria, for the $5. Angrioli ravioli. Hey, that's a good one. Upsetty spaghetti, angrioli ravioli. Gonna have to start using that one. Thank you very much, John Aria. Very much appreciado. But yeah, it's like she is so unself-aware. It's like she is probably the most delusional, unself-aware woman that I've ever seen. She has no idea that she's doing everything that she says that we're doing or the audience is doing. None of it. No self-awareness. And she prepared for this. So nowhere in her preparation did she think, oh, gee, am I guilty of some of this? Does this hit a little close to home?
And I'm going to convince you and I'm going to emotionally attach you to this drama. And I'm going to make you believe that we're at war with this common enemy and they're bad, right? That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. But your emotion, your energy, your time, that's all going to be something that they're going to tap into. They want you, Ella, to watch it for 5 hours and waste your time watching them like beat somebody else up with a metal chair, figuratively, right? So again, you could be doing something way better with your day. You could be learning something new. But creators can actually get burnout from this audience entanglement. They can get because they're constantly having to fuel the dragon that the audience is chasing. And this is where we see where if you're constantly doing drama, you'll eventually run out or you'll burn out. You don't know what else.
So now she's like talking about Dusty and stuff because Dusty was mostly a drama content creator. It's mostly what he does.
To do, or you don't know how.
If I stop covering drama, there's other stuff I could cover, but Dusty is like mostly drama. So I'm assuming she's talking about Dusty here.
To amplify it so that you can keep them heightened at all times. That's tiresome. This is why I'm not like a drama streamer. But yeah, you create this entire burnout, and then everything gets drowned out, right? Your criticisms can actually be drowned out because if you just hate everyone and you talk smack about everyone, then at this point, is there anybody you like? Nothing left to be comparative to. You're creating the toxic echo chambers, which buries the truth. Like I said, you've got that waterfall effect from content creator to content creator, and you're creating this trickle-down effect, and that creates a toxic echo chamber. These people will never, ever have an opinion of their own. They'll never have their own mindset. They'll never be able to say, you know what, maybe I should look in and see what else I'm missing. And you just bury the truth. And at that point, it's not even worth fighting that. It's not even worth fighting that. Like, I wouldn't fight against all that trash. It's because it doesn't matter. They don't want the truth, right? That's why they just repeat the same talking points. But why should you not care about people who, content creators?
And this is what why you should not care. In other words, why you should stop watching everyone that dislikes me or talks crap about me in their streams or their videos. Here's why you need to stop listening and watching them. Okay, this is what you need to do.
To try to utilize you as weapons. This is entertainment, not my own personal war enlistment. You are not here to be my minions to deploy at any given time I want to go and attack other people or to reel you into drama.
See, even though she's doing it right here. So earlier she was talking about how there'll be a content creator talking about another content creator, but then they'll tell your audience, listen, I don't want you going over there and harassing them or sending mean messages to them, but they're going to do it anyway because they're a fan of that content creator. She's doing the exact same thing here. She's telling her audience, listen, I'm not trying to enlist you to fight my battles for me, but her 10 fans are going to hear that and they're still going to want a fight on her behalf, despite the fact that she's saying that. She's doing everything that she's saying everybody else does. Again, the most unself-aware person I think I've ever met or seen, I should say.
No, I want you guys to be here for a platform, for a voice that you, well, at least on the Raging Tomato. This one's a little bit different. We talk about silly things, but we're not sending out the army, right? But on the
because you don't got an army, Sarah. that's the problem. You don't have an army. Thank you very much, John Aria, for the 2. Can we get a pissed off pastas emoji series? Hey, that's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, the angrioli ravioli. I saw another one that had guacamole. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
Raging Tomato, I'm here to give you a platform to have a voice, whether in chat or whatever, but we have a lot of differing opinions here, and I amplify that. But when somebody is enlisting you to be into their war, we have an enemy, ladies and gentlemen. Go attack them. go attack them, right? Now you are a weapon. This is their war, not your war. If they're starting a beef with somebody else, let them have their beef, but it's not yours. You weren't personally attacked. It has nothing to do with you, and you have nothing to gain from it except for frying your brain. That's it. You're losing brain cells as you speak. Grasp a healthy detachment with influencers.
By the way, she never had a problem with any of this before the fallout. She never had a problem with Andrew doing this type of stuff when she was working with Andrew. She never had a problem with Rob doing the stuff when she was working with Rob. And she never had a problem with Dusty doing that stuff when she was working with Dusty. But now that all of a sudden everyone's against her now and seeing what a snake she is, now all of a sudden she has to be like, guys, listen, it's terrible when they do that and they're using you and they're weaponizing you guys. They're weaponizing you, and you need to not let them do that. You need to not let them control your mind, man.
I know this is the worst advice that myself, as a content creator can give to you, because that works against me too.
It works against me too. Should have paid the 10K. Yeah, I've been saying that. I think that actually it would have been a better long-term investment for her. Yeah, in the short term, she would have been out 10K, but she would have still had most of her audience. And she still probably would be doing decently. She would probably be making at least decent money. And she would have been able to recover that 10K in the long run. So yeah, and in the short term, it might be like, holy crap, 10K. But in the long run, she probably would have been better off. Now she's out 10K, right? Or not, she's not out 10K. Well, now she's out of her audience, of the regular money that she used to bring in. Now she's in a lawsuit that she's most likely going to lose. And all she's left with is that cuckable jacket. That's all she's left with. And she's losing friends and allies as well. She's slowly losing everything. 10K actually would have been a cheaper offer. Yeah, she's out 10K subs. Andrew even said he would have returned the 10K if she sent it. Too bad she didn't. Yeah.
But you all need to have a healthy form of detachment from us. Don't go out of your way to people please content creators. You're all going to come and go as you please. New people are going to start watching. Old people are going to come back. Some people completely drop off and disappear altogether. The audience I have now is almost a completely different audience that I started with, 2 years ago or so. There's still some old heads in the chat, some veterans. We got you in here. But the people that used to watch me, like, they come and go, right? And you all will make your circles back around. But you should have that kind of healthy detachment.
They go. I mean, with her, in her case, a lot of them just go
from a content creator to where you can come and go. And you do find something interesting or informative when you watch them, and you do, harness some kind of good to it, but don't attach yourself to them. That leads you into the parasocial territory. Ella says, but they become my friends. How is it different than watching a TV show? I feel so invested in the protagonist's life. Do you know how it's different, Ella? Because I was just able to pull up your comment and talk directly to you. And that's what makes the parasocial relationship even more dangerous territory on here. Because we can interact and engage with you as a community member. We are brought down to your level and able, like as a watcher versus the creator, right? We were brought to your level and you are able to talk with me and have a conversation and so on and so forth. And
thank you very much, Kevin, for the $4.99. I feel like I'm listening to a 20-year-old substitute teacher in a Psych 101 class. Yeah, I know, right? It's actually worse. She seems like a lady that just wandered in. Like they're supposed to have the substitute, and Sarah just wandered in and just been lecturing for 2 hours. And then all of a sudden the real substitute teacher comes in. Oh, sorry, I'm late, class. Wait, who the hell is this lady? And the students is like, wait a minute. If you're the substitute, then who the hell is this old hag? And then Sarah's like, whoops, gotta go. But thank you very much.
We build the communities, we have the discords, but you have to maintain a level of detachment. And again, like I said, it is dangerous for me to say that because that could lead to the end of me, right? It's the most stupid thing I could ever say, but I care enough about you to tell you not to do those things, right? I don't want to see you guys become weapons, not even for just me, but for anybody else. And I know you guys all watch other shows. We interact and engage in other people's chats. I see you in other people's chats. So I want to ensure you don't become the vulnerable, useless idiot, right? That they weaponize.
Oh, yeah. See, yeah. So this is where she starts saying useless idiot. It's like, it's useful idiot. Useless idiot.
Utilize to their advantage and step all over you, and you create you create nothing but gain for them and loss for you. Yes, James, there we go. There's no fourth wall here. Now there's a difference between like people that create videos, right? They just create their videos, video essays, they upload it and they go home, right? They don't have any engagement with their audience. That there's no attachment level. Now there are people that can still become obsessed because like we see those with the super fans that like, oh my god, and they think that they're going to marry that person. It's weird. But here we do have an established
like you and Andrew
relationship between content creator and audience member, and I can talk with you. I can have like some type of semblance of a relationship with you, but you have to be able to know where the breaking point is and know and understand. Like when I turn the screen off, right, that engagement stops and you are not connected to me. You are not attached to me, right? You are going to go away and live your very merry life and do other things until the next time that you come back and talk to me. To be fair, they attack me first.
Oh yeah. So this person right here tells her, I'll admit that I've entered people's chat and insulted them. Oh, by the way, I was watching the chat replay. This person here, Ella Sparta, said that she was in my chat and people got mad at her for defending Sarah. I don't remember this, guys. I don't pay attention to everything. Is this true? Do you remember this person, Ella Sparta, in my chat? Unless this is one of Tegan or Sleepy Man Bad's other nicknames that they have on YouTube. But yeah, she says, I'll admit that I've entered people's chats and insulted them on your behalf. I guess I'm guilty of being a weapon. So yeah, look at Sarah weaponizing her audience, huh? Going into my chat, weaponizing her audience, sending them into my chat to cause a disruption. Sarah, how dare you? I know you said that you don't want them to do that, but when you talk about me, you know that your one or two fans are going to take that to heart and want to attack me, Sarah. Why are you instigating your audience to come and attack the Coolverse? What is wrong with you? This person here lost a lot of their dignity, their principles, and their brain cells watching you, and then they came and they attacked me. Tisk, tisk. Tisk, tisk. By the way, shout out to all the great screen grabs that we've been able to get tonight. I feel like every time I paused, it's been a thumb-worthy screen grab. She sends people into Vix, Martes, and Emmett's chats to troll. Yeah. Weaponized tards. I remember Ella Sparta from the Tomato streams. Well, then there you go. There you go.
Oh,
but let's see what she has to say about weaponizing her audience.
Did you at least just tell them to fuck off, right? That would be enough. That would be enough. If you ever want to attack somebody on my behalf, you just tell them to fuck off. That's my favorite thing to say. That's all. And then it's not necessarily you attacking them on my behalf. It's just you saying fuck off, and then we'll all know it's from me. Okay. Ayatin says, I'm supporting a platform I like.
Oh, okay. So did she tell that person, well, don't go into their chats. Don't do that. No. She was like, yeah, go tell them to fuck off. By the way, she also weaponized Dusty. I mean, Dusty became her top general, her white knight. She weaponized Dusty. She weaponized Dusty's panel into going and attacking Rob, and then she tried to lie and gaslight everybody. All I did was laugh. I was just guilty of laughing. That's it. I didn't do nothing. But it's all on camera. These lefties really try to lie and gaslight us as if we can't just go back and watch it. As if it's not on Dusty's channel right now that we could all just go back and watch and see Sarah be like, you should go back to Rob's channel and ask him why he was so mean to Trippy. And that's what began the night that Sarah would regret.
See value in, I am supporting a platform I like, see value in, and want to see continue. If I'm broke, I don't donate. We are all also responsible for our own wallets. Yes, that is 100% true too, right? So I love it when people are able to give and give generously and have the ability to donate to the platform to help keep the lights on, right? But I also understand that you are your priority. You take care.
And the thing is, from what I saw, like, yeah, of course, there's going to be some that go really personal, but for the most of the bad comments that she gets, it's mostly attacking what she did or making fun of the video or something. Nothing, it was all because of her actions. Nothing that was like really below the belt.
Care of you first. There are some people who can afford to give more or give all the time or do crazy like $500 donations. Like, whoa, right? But not everybody can do that, right? And recognizing that your audience is going to give because they want to give. Don't turn them into a weapon and that's the part I don't like. This is my work, right? I love it when you give because that's the work I'm doing, but you are your priority. That's what I like to tell people, that you are your priority. All right. And this is where people get mixed up. They make their content creator the priority, not just only in donos, but in harnessing what they're saying and going out and there's a call to action. And now I must be a weapon for them. Right. And that's what I see happening so much around this space, not only in just our community, but in other bigger communities as well. And I just want to ensure that people have that understanding of you are being used as a tool and they consider you a useful idiot. And they know that.
Oh,
and
she got it right. She got it right. Useful idiot. Thank you very much, Flavius, for the 10. V1C equals J Giles, a freeze frame. Great reference there. Great song. Thank you very much, Flavius, for the 10. Yeah, a bunch of legendary freeze frames tonight.
Or lack of ability to be aware of it is why they can keep doing it. All right. All right. My final thoughts to this. Take your power back. Take your power.
Take your power back. Let's see what the rest of her final thoughts is. We're almost done here, guys. We're almost done.
Power back as an audience member. You are the priority, right? Take your power back. Question everything. Don't take content creators at face value. Go do your own homework first, then formulate an opinion. Do not base your opinion on what somebody else told you to have. Don't base your opinion on what somebody else is saying. Don't just repeat the same narrative and talking points. Okay? You need to formulate your own opinion, and you can only have an opinion when you are 100% sure you have all of the information available to you. You've looked into it, you've researched it, whatever. All right? Go find creators who prioritize their craft, their show, what they're giving to you, but also ones who have healthy boundaries between you and them. Make sure that boundary is a fair line down the middle, and you understand where you are and they understand where they are. They should not cross your boundary as a viewer. They should be utilizing your viewership to give you something to take away, whether it be a comedian with entertainment, whether it be the Y files where he tells you about these different conspiracies and what they are, or what's true, what's false. He even goes out of his way to say, we were able to disprove this, so on and so forth. Finding creators who want to inform you of, current events and what's happening. They can still give you their opinions, but be mindful that they're not trying to convince you to have the same opinion as them. And they want you to inform yourself. Even if they provide, this is what I like most, when somebody provides information to the show that goes against their own opinion, but says, look, here's my opinion on something, but I want to give you both sides. I don't like this piece of it. It works against me, but I want to make sure you see everything. And here's why I think it's hogwash or whatever. Okay. Hi, crack baby. Ask yourself one question when you're watching.
So there's a chatter named like Crack Baby something, but I just thought that was funny, just random. Hi, Crack Baby.
Especially a drama stream. Are you being entertained and only entertained? Or
are you
being
entertained?
Activated to go be somebody's weapon?
Are you not entertained? Are you not activated to be my weapon?
Your goal, James. Your goal. Are you being entertained or are you being weaponized? And there is a difference. And if you don't understand the difference, you need to go look up parasocial relationships and maybe take a test to see if you're in a parasocial relationship. If that's the only way you can figure it out, I don't know how else to help you, right? Are you being entertained or activated to go be somebody else's weapon? All right. All right, my last and final question to the chat that I'd love you all to answer before we head out for the evening. We were at the 2. I'm trying to keep these to just 2 hours so that we can keep our evergreen going on them. Have you ever gotten pulled into a podcast war, whether you realized it or not? Has a content creator ever made you somehow behind the scenes or subconsciously go and become a weapon towards another content creator? Have you been pulled into the podcast? Have you been pulled into the podcast wars? Getting ping-ponged back and forth between 2 different people's lives. Like one person talks about them and then the next night the other person responds, and the next night the other person responds, and the next night the other person responds. Have you been pulled into that podcast war? Ping-ponged back and forth? Have you ever felt like you...
She used to do talks at colleges. You know how the colleges, they pay like the feminists to do these useless speeches and then they get paid. That's what she should start doing. She should start, that's what she should start doing. I'm sure colleges would be willing to hire her. Oh, you're a feminist. I'm not a feminist. Yeah, you are. Have you heard yourself talk?
Been weaponized by a content creator to go attack somebody else's show? Have you ever stopped and thought about why do I care about this other person?
Yeah, that should be quick. Yeah, all 5 of them will answer.
Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever been used? Have you ever been a useless idiot? Have you ever been a tool for somebody else? A weapon of mass destruction? I've been asked to support another creator, but never sent as a weapon. Fair enough. Unfortunately, yes. Ella's like, yes, I was just talking about this in the chat like the last 20 minutes. Her screen name is Shiz. Podcast Worm? BB's lost already. BB's lost. Hi, Ben and Christy. Somebody tried and you ended up.
Well, there you go, Sarah. You got one. You got one person that went from the Crucible to Mater Nation. Congratulations. Congratulations. Hopefully this IO10 is a good and generous donor.
BB's lost already. BB's lost. Hi, Ben and Christy. Somebody tried and you ended up. Somehow this worked a little bit in our favor for a very small percentage. Weapons towards another creator? No. Discord is a legit weapon in the ping pong wars, yes. And then I thought about it. Me being so lost. Dragged into shit. Absolutely. No, I choose my battles when I drama. I never expect anyone else to fight for me.
Notice how it's like the same, like 5, 6 people. Like some of them are repeats. Thank you very much, Flavius, for gifting 10 Cool Vic memberships. Yeah, 10 more documented citizens to the Coolverse. Let's go. Congrats to Ozma, Jody D, Fried Pie 3, Matt Flynn, Campa, SLP Terp, Trunkin Anthony, Verifier, Justin Kendrell, and Two-Face Loner. Congratulations, guys, and thank you very much, Flavius. Yeah, we might be able to get another emoji now.
I think I have the most intelligent audience and fans.
Building that
Just saying.
parasocial relationship.
I think I have the smart ones. The ones that got away.
Oh, yeah.
The ones that aren't the useless idiots. You aren't the tools. You aren't the weapons being weaponized.
Oh, yeah.
This
Totally.
is why I love my people. All right, Mater Nation, it is time.
Yeah, doing a fine job building up that parasocial relationship, huh? Making them believe that, oh, you are actually the smart ones. Yes, fostering that parasocial relationship, weaponizing, turning your audience to little weapons of mass destruction, Sarah. But really, thank you very much, Sarah, for that free college lecture, that free feminist college lecture about harassment campaigns and whatnot. I feel like I'm right back here in 2016. I feel like we learned a lot. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. I feel like I have developed more brain cells after watching that. I have learned so much. I learned things like companies use celebrities to sell products. I learned things like you could suffer from like audience capture, or that even creators could cater to an audience. I learned that even some of the audience can get involved in their little pesky dramas. I've learned about so much that I had no idea before until Sarah came along. She is a smart, independent, strong girl boss, and honestly, we should be very, very blessed that she gave us that free lecture here tonight. Thank you very much, Sarah, and also welcome back to the Cope Stream saga. Let's go. Again, this is starting to become like the Fast and Furious series of Cope streams, of Cope. But she is back. She has not lost a step. She still has it. The power of Cope is on her side. Let's see what the future holds for her and these Cope streams. And what did you guys think about it? Sound off in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed it. If you want to see more of the Sarah Cope streams, I have videos on the screen that I think you'll enjoy. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, did you enjoy that video? I hope you did. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe, or else you're gay. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. I'm just trying to save you from sin. Also, make sure you catch the Cool Stream live Mondays through Fridays right here on my YouTube channel. And make sure you follow me at any of these links down below for everything Cool Vic.